Okay. Well then, hello everyone, it's a failed programming error that just refused to be fixed code here. And welcome back to Genshin. I'm not exhausted, you're exhausted. Anyway, actually hang on before we get started. I'm gonna need to turn up the volume a little bit more on my end. I think on your end it should be fine, because I haven't really changed that much. So, I'm just gonna get into the story today. And by into the story, I mean we'll start with some of the anecdotes. And then we'll get to the main story, give people a chance to, you know,
Repairs
swing
complete.
by.
It was just an old circuit. Nothing serious.
Such remarkable efficiency, Miss
But yeah,
Nefer.
not much.
If
I
it
don't know
weren't
how
for
much
you, the
commentary I'll
streetlight would
provide
have
here.
had me stumped. If it had proven beyond
Due to
fixing,
exhaustion.
I may have had to take my own lantern and hang it in its place.
Luckily, things didn't get to that point.
Aino previously proposed a solution. She said she could train the Ratniki so they'd have the basic knowledge to perform simple tasks, like repairing circuits.
Hi Spinner, congrats on being first.
That way, you wouldn't need to inform Aino every time a streetlight goes out and then wait in the dark until I arrive to repair it.
The Ratniki are responsible for fixing the lights?
Yes and no. Strictly speaking, maintaining the brightness of the lights has been their traditional role. Before the use of Kuvaki became widespread, the streetlights were powered by regular oil. Back then, people were needed to light and extinguish the flames. Because of how dangerous said streets were at night, the Ratniki took on this role. They already carried lanterns, in any case, and were adept
So
at
Spinner,
using
how
them
are you
while
doing?
fighting.
You
But
well?
as I'm
I
sure
hope
you've
so.
already noticed, the current streetlights are powered by Kuvaki, and it's not so easy to light or extinguish them using traditional means. Because of this, whenever a light goes out nowadays, all I can do is stand here helplessly and wait for a professional to come along and solve the problem.
Why didn't you let Aino give you some training?
Aino organized an engineering seminar, but all the Ratniki made excuses to leave halfway through. They said things
That's
like,
a game that you're
I
right
have
now.
an urgent task,
That's
or
not
I
particularly
need to go on
difficult.
patrol, or it's time for me to make a report.
I
I'm
didn't
glad to
believe
know you're doing well.
it is, after all, disrespectful to the host to leave a seminar early.
True, but the biscuits you brought were too much of a distraction for Aino.
But yeah.
She stopped teaching completely.
You wanna know what's fun, Spinner? You wanna know what's fun?
And then I was so busy trying to stop her from eating that I could not take over
It's
the
so
seminar.
fun when you do the morning shift and evening shift on the same day,
please,
and then by
the
the
next
time you
time you
return
attend a
home
class of
exhausted,
any
you
kind,
realize,
Don't
oh,
bring anything sweet that
I
might
gotta
attract
get ready
Aino's
for a
attention.
stream in a bit as
And
well.
don't bring any toys either.
Ah, I promise I won't.
If I collapse, I collapse.
Please say it in full. The last time you promised not to bring anything sweet, you brought a toy, and Aino was completely unable to continue.
Waking up early in the morning so you're at work at 6 a.m.
I promise I won't bring anything sweet, any toys, or anything else that might unduly divert
And then,
Miss
oh
Aino's
no,
attention.
right. Evening shift too, hooray.
That's better. I'll notify
There
you
go
when she
my
next holds
chances
an
of
engineering
getting
class.
out before
For
like
now, I
7:30
have to pick
at the
some rockberries
earliest
for her. Goodbye.
PM.
Traveler,
And then by the time I'm
do
home,
you
I'm
know
like,
of
oh yeah,
anything else
right,
besides
stream's coming
sweet
up
treats,
later.
toys, and
Yay.
small fluffy animals that might keep Miss Aino quiet for a while? Half an hour shall suffice.
I think you'd be better off studying.
Since you feel that way too,
But yeah, other
it
than
seems
that, I
have
think I'm
no
doing pretty
choice
well.
but to submit myself to her baptism of erudition. I only hope I don't drown in the ocean of knowledge she wishes to impart.
Anyway, Flint seems to be doing well. Since we were talking about Aino, how about we visit Aino next? She's definitely on the list for character anecdotes. Let's go. Oh, we're back here again. So this continues, huh?
Little dearie, you gotta eat your breakfast, or you're never gonna grow up big and strong.
I know. There is still lacquerberry residue hanging from the corner of its mouth.
Huh? What?
Its recovery is progressing smoothly. In a few more days, we can ask Miss Lauma to send it back to its herd.
But Aino doesn't want that.
I know. I am sure you know that it deserves to go back home instead of staying with us.
But
Did the Lady Moonchanter from the Frost Moon Scions not say as much when she came to treat the deer? Its family might be worried about it. Once it has recovered, it would be best to send it home.
I know, but you know, it obviously hasn't recovered yet.
That does not match. Well, except for the first part, the I know is the same, but other than that, basically nothing of this matches the text box compared to what she said.
Does your leg still hurt? Do you want to go home?
I know. Didn't the Lady Moonchanter promise us that she would come and pick up the deer? When the time comes, let's ask her to listen to what the deer has to say again.
Well, that wasn't particularly long. Also, since they were talking about Lauma, I guess that means Lauma is our next target. It's amazing how all these anecdotes kind of chain together from character to character in a way. Alright. Ow. Hi Dev, how's it going? Welcome to one of my most exhausted streams so far. Probably, maybe, I don't know. Hope you're well. She's sleeping? I should wait until she wakes up. Or maybe I can come back later. I'm sorry I woke you up.
There's no need to apologize. I wasn't sleeping, merely resting my eyes.
Yeah, again, I said it earlier, a few minutes ago. The reason I sound tired is probably because today I had both the morning and evening shift at work. Morning shift and evening shift is fun, especially when you know you also have a stream coming up later.
Besides,
Haha.
this child heard your footsteps and told me of your approach.
But yeah, it's fine.
Animals sense more than we humans. No doubt this is a blessing from the Creator.
Thank you, little kitty. What did it say?
It acknowledges you as a kind soul. This child persuaded me to trick you by pretending to fall asleep. Let's see if he spies on you or tries to steal your food.
It's a good job I didn't reach my hand out then.
Though I have faith in your noble character, even I couldn't help but be a little bit curious about what you would do. Besides, it seemed harmless enough. Can you forgive us?
The nerve.
I think we've upset him. What should we do? How about you knead his hand a little by way of apology?
And what about your apology, Lauma?
My palms are the same as any other human. I'm afraid my kneading might not be so pleasant. But I can bestow upon you my blessing as Moonchanter, and pray that your road ahead is a smooth one.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I completely forgot to ask. What is it that brings you here?
I just came by to check in on you.
So that's how it is. I thank you for your concern. All is well with me. As it so happens, we received a large amount of fresh fruit today. Perhaps you'd like to eat some with me?
Does the cat eat fruit too?
It doesn't wish to leave us. After a lot of lounging around, it's enjoying the commotion.
Cat's enjoying commotion. Insanity. Alright, and there's one more anecdote flying around, and then we'll get back onto the main meat and potatoes. Which, by the way, I gotta ask, if is anyone in chat here who knows? Please let me know if someone knows. This event. Is it voice acted? I don't think so, right? Doesn't strike me as a voice acted event. But if it is, please let me know, because that means I have to do that as well before it's over.
This should just about do it.
Mika, what brings you here? The character who's only ever shown up in like 1 or 2 side quests, and that's it.
Traveler? Hello? I didn't think I'd run into you here. Right. I should have realized. Master Jean told me you'd be here. We just didn't know when you'd arrive. I didn't expect to run into you as soon as I set foot in Nod-Krai.
That's Favonius knew I'd be coming?
Yes. The Grandmaster sent you a letter, didn't he? He also sent one back to Mondstadt, telling us all about how you were doing. Of course, all the knights back home are still figuring out how to support you. But the Grandmaster wrote that we shouldn't be hasty and that he already had everything in hand.
Things were indeed in order, don't worry.
Yep, the Grandmaster's always reliable when it comes to important business. So when he says he'll handle something, we know we can count on him. But of course, if you run into any trouble, remember that the knights will always be there to help you. Feel free to come look for us whenever. After all, you're our honorary knight, a valued member of our order. That's what Master Jean told me to tell you when I departed from Mondstadt.
In that case, I'd like some sweet madame.
Huh? Give me a moment. I didn't bring any sweet madame with me, but I do happen to have a bottle of our best cider. Captain Kaya asked me to bring it along. He knew you'd miss it. Guess he
Cider,
was right.
huh? I'd expect nothing less from the razor-sharp mind.
Okay, I need a minute. I put it in my backpack and wrapped it in clothes. Oh, here it is. Go on. Have a taste.
You didn't bring some for the Grandmaster?
I did, of course. When I was leaving, the Grandmaster specifically asked me to bring some bottles of our very best dandelion wine for him. At first, Master Jean protested that my main objective on this long journey was to deliver letters to Nod-Krai, and she'd rather I not overload my luggage. She said someone else could transport it later. But after giving it much thought, I packed 2 bottles of wine for the Grandmaster anyway. Otherwise, he'd be talking my ear off about how wonderful dandelion wine is while waiting for it to get delivered. Oh, right. If you crave fresh sweet madames and steak, do come back and visit the Knights of Favonius' headquarters
I
when
mean,
you're
I
free.
can easily do that. I have teleport points.
That was what Amber wanted me to tell you. And that's all the messages I have for you. I should get going. Farewell, honorary knight.
And that's all the side stuff. So, without further ado, let's get back to the Curatorium of Secrets and continue with the actual important stuff. For which I once again gotta say, I would also like to normally, like in any other circumstance, complete like side story stuff first, like the event, but since I'm not even sure if the event is voice acted in the first place, that means I will not prioritize going to the event right now. I would like to know if it's voice acted though, because I need to know if I should prioritize it. But yeah, the Saurian event thingy. Yeah, that's like the only other event that's going on right now, isn't it? I think it's basically the one. It's not voiced. Okay, thanks for telling me. Also, hi Gabe, hope you're doing well. Also, apparently I went to the wrong floor. No, I can still get over there. I just have to go through here. There we go.
Thank you for waiting.
It's okay. We actually used the time to help Dainsleif get a room at the hotel.
That's very considerate of you.
And to do some
Now,
anecdotes and stuff.
I
but,
trust
you
you
know.
share my curiosity about Rerir's past, and you seem fairly familiar with Mr. Dainsleif already.
That's right, we've known each other for quite some time now.
We spoke at some length after the meeting. He was the one who suggested I should invite you to join this operation. He feels confident that these secrets will be safe with you.
Dane has a lot of faith in us, that's for sure.
Thanks for your trust too, Nefer.
Likewise. I appreciate that you got right on board without interrogating me about why I invited you. It shows that you trust me to explain everything in due course.
That's because we know what you're capable of. We appreciate you too, Nefer. You might have been forced
we
to help
though?
in the beginning, but this time, it was your choice.
That's one way to put it. Another is this, that once a decision's been made, it's set in stone. After that, my only goal is to see it through. Alright, so here's how it is. I'm going to access Rerir's thoughts again using my confidential method.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm sure you've seen things like this before on your travels, so you're surely well aware of how dangerous it can be. The reason I've gathered you all here is to ensure my safety during the proceedings.
Okay.
I plan for us to enter the fragment of his consciousness together, and once inside, I will focus on searching for information. Think of this as a diving expedition into someone's brain. If I'm the diver, you are my safety equipment, tasked with keeping me alive while I'm under the surface.
So it's an escort mission in a way.
Once the ceremony begins, we will all be spying on privileged information. But in the interests of safety, you must remain absolutely silent at all times. We will discuss our observations after the ceremony has concluded. Lastly, any individuals of a weaker constitution are advised not to partake in the ceremony. In any case, Paimon has her own job to do, which requires staying in the room, but not joining the ceremony.
I guess watching that nobody interrupts us. Nefer conspicuously left out the details of her confidential method. I guess her brain diving techniques are a trade secret.
Well, good luck, everyone. Sounds like all Paimon can do is cross her fingers and root for you guys.
There's a little more to it than that. I was being serious when I said you have a job to do. While the rest of us are inside Rerir's
thanks for the
mind,
lurk.
it's
Appreciate
imperative
it.
that we have a team member on the outside. In the event that something goes wrong, you will be our first responder. I don't anticipate any issues, but the extra level of safety will be greatly appreciated.
I second that. This is a dangerous operation here, and you're our whole rescue team. That's pretty much the most important job in the crew.
So, Paimon's like the lifeguard?
I wouldn't trust Paimon with
makes sense.
anything involving our lives.
Good. Please,
But
take a
sure.
seat. We'll get started momentarily.
So, did Mr. Dainsliff tell you anything else?
He told me that he believes Rerir kept some big secrets in his life. He's not sure that they were the cause of his eventual downfall, but he's asked me to uncover what those secrets were all the same.
But surely you're not planning to go through with this, no matter the cost.
And what if
you
she
think
is?
that, you'd be overestimating me. I'm a businesswoman, not a mercenary. But I do have my own professional reasons for taking this job. You think I'd turn down the opportunity to get a first-hand glimpse into Conrian history? No chance.
Well, as long as you don't let morbid curiosity get in the way of safety concerns, we're good. We'll do whatever we can to help you.
You're such a killjoy.
She's got incense candles, almost feels like a summoning ritual. Seems like Nefer still has no intention of sharing her trade secrets, but now's not exactly the moment to pry. I see there's a chess set on the table. Could that have something to do with her intel gathering methods?
Alright, I'm good to go.
All set over
Imagine
here
it's
too.
related to the chess weekly boss. I'm ready as well.
Promise, Paimon, you'll be
The
extra
hardest
careful.
weekly boss so far. Pinky promise.
All right.
Mainly because it's the
Let
only
your
weekly
whole
boss that
body
doesn't
relax.
allow you to
We're about to
bypass its
close
attack
your
with
eyes.
invincibility. Every other weekly boss you can bypass its strongest attacks by just using iframes. That one doesn't let you do it, which is tough. Plus, I believe it's also the only weekly boss that forces you to have characters
this
of
be his
specific
office?
elements.
Pretty standard setup.
I don't like the chess boss.
Paperwork, files.
I mean, I do, design-wise, but it's
According
just
to
annoying.
Tainsliff, Rerir used to be an intelligence operative. Chances are there's plenty of top-secret intel stashed away in this room. Is this where you keep your secrets, Rerir? Can't say I'm not looking forward to this.
Alright, more investigation. Let's go.
He looks even gloomier than last time. I wonder what's changed.
Today's files are in. Time to wade through them just like usual. Male, 51. Occupation, cook. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has maintained frequent contact with other descendants over the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized. This one should be archived under purged targets. Female, 23. Occupation, office clerk. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has maintained frequent contact with other descendants over the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized.
Oh, fun.
Another one for purged targets.
We're killing people because they maintain contact.
Sounds like she was that other man's daughter. Never mind. What's it got to do with me? Male, 40. Occupation, teacher. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized on...
We're so great at killing.
Just another nobody for the archive. Come to think of it, I remember surveilling this man. A case like his never would have been considered a priority in the past. Huh. He barely even interacted with other Crimson Moon descendants.
But he did interact. Maybe, imagine he didn't even know that those were other descendants. Imagine he was just interacting
16.
with other people. They happened to be
Occupation,
Crimson Moon
none.
descendants too, and that's why it was
Orphan
killed.
and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized on...
Alright, yeah, let's kill the 16-year-old orphan.
Filed. I have no recollection of this girl. None whatsoever. She doesn't seem to be anyone important, but then again, how many of them really are?
Next.
Female, 13.
Oh, a 13-year-old
Occupation,
orphan, even
none.
better.
Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized on...
How fun.
Filed.
Yeah, I do realize those are probably very quotable moments.
Male, 11. Occupation,
11, huh?
none.
They keep getting
Orphan
even younger.
and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has not been observed making any contact with other descendants during the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty.
That is a very unholy quote. The number and the context. Damn.
Neutralized and...
Fuck them kids, the Vinster King. I guess so. What's next, a 9-year-old? Oh, 6
Male.
even. Okay.
6. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Poses a threat to the dynasty.
Yeah, just because he's a confirmed descendant. No more details needed.
It's funny, isn't it? Your job is becoming both harder and easier at the same time, depending on how you look at it. Sooner or later, the Crimson Moon descendants will be completely wiped out. But as their numbers dwindle, they become harder and harder to track down.
That's not how it is.
Fortunately,
I could just move on.
most of the able-bodied adults have already been taken care of. The remaining weaklings will be increasingly easy to deal with.
No!
No. My job is to ensure the survival
it
of the Eclipse
auto-advances now.
Dynasty. And the only way to do that is by eliminating any and all potential threats. It's a perfectly legitimate line of work. Every single one of my colleagues can attest to my fairness. And if my friends were aware of the facts, I know they'd back me up too. Assuming, of course, that they were aware of all the facts.
Poses a threat to the dynasty. Could I have just kept advancing more and more through them? I guess I should have
He looks
advanced.
even gloomier than.
I guess I should have just advanced and would have seen more images. Imagine it ends on like a literal newborn baby. Would have been totally possible. It just makes sense. Well, it doesn't let me get through here. Can't just jump through the window.
A box containing a ring inlaid with a precious gem. Must be for his girlfriend.
Too bad his girlfriend don't want him no more. For a Scaramouche to live.
Mr.
Forget
Rafflemeyer?
about me.
It's been quite some time since we last met.
Rerir, I trust you're here because you have something important to discuss.
Forgive me. I wasn't tuning out, it's just, I noticed you didn't even phrase that as a question. As if you knew I was coming. Tell me, does someone in your position ever feel the need to ask questions at all?
It is indeed within my power to foresee certain things. Things like your arrival.
I was just thinking. It won't be long before I'll be inviting both you and Dane to my wedding.
That
The
isn't
wedding
a
that
lie,
will totally go well.
but nor is it a fact as such. It's a wish, isn't it?
No fooling a prophet, is there?
Ever since that day we met for drinks, I knew it was only a matter of time before you came looking for me.
Does it feel good? Knowing how the future will unfold.
I'm afraid the notions of good and bad fail to capture the complexity of what such a power entails. Once you've seen what will come to pass, it can be all too easy to succumb to fear and melancholy. Unless, of course, you learn to abandon these feelings. You fear my silence, and long to hear the words I left unspoken that day.
That's right.
You must have noticed my reluctance to broach the subject. And the reason is simple. Because the truth could never have lived up to your hopes. For both our sakes, such words are better left unsaid. The burden of prophecy was never meant for your shoulders.
So who exactly do you deem worthy to hear your prophecies? None but our exalted king?
Or rather, our king as he once was.
You're closer to his majesty than I am. You must know better than anyone how much he's changed.
You say that as though it is to my benefit. Yet precisely because of that, I dare not speak rashly. A king can turn out to be the most virtuous of rulers, or a tyrant more terrible than the most vicious of dragons.
You are so wise and far-sighted, yet still you would have me live in fear of the unknown?
You make a fair point. Especially given my silence alone was all it took to send you spiraling downwards. Very well then, let me offer you some advice. And I say this not as a prophet or a visionary, but simply as the brother of your friend. For many reasons, there is very little chance of your marriage ending in happiness. If happiness is what you seek, you should find another fiancé.
So basically skill issue.
Hold on. There's that same black fog again. Could this memory belong to Thelindis?
I guess we're about to
Guess
find
I'd better
out.
tread carefully.
Hear me out.
Seems like it.
This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity.
We're continuing where
His
this
name
left
is
off.
Rerir, and he claims to be one of the king's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it?
Yup, we've heard
The
this
man
already.
you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner.
Why are you telling me all of this now?
Simple. It's because I want you to kill him. You are the only person he would never suspect.
No, absolutely not. I would never dream of doing such a despicable thing.
So you'll just stand by and watch him slaughter us to the last. Do not forget that the blood of the Crimson Moon flows in your veins too.
The blood of the Crimson Moon? What does that matter now? The dynasty has long been dead and gone. You think that alone is reason enough for me to throw away everything I have?
To be fair, if the blood flows in your veins, then you're a target, especially because you're communicating with another descendant.
Why wouldn't it be? You two were once a child of the Crimson Moon, just like me. Don't tell me you've never felt so much as a flicker of fury for the way we were trampled into the dust.
As long as you promise to abandon this pipe dream of restoring your dynasty, I can try to persuade him. Or have him persuade the Vinster King.
Like that would work.
Persuade the Vinster King? Do you even know why he's so obsessed with hunting us down? Why he keeps trying to force us to hand over our secrets over and over again? Or why we refuse to give up on restoring the dynasty? The Vinster King. A blind fool. His eyes clouded by powers from beyond this world. A petty little man with a miser's heart. And he dares to sit upon the throne? Mark my words.
Justice,
Sooner or later,
no vengeance shall be
Conrio
mine.
will fall,
Not even justice.
and it will be his doing. If you can't bring yourself to do it, so be it. Just you watch. It won't be long before calamity descends upon us all.
The Rerir of Solnari.
Okay, that looked like a glitchy frame for a second. I might be wrong.
That really is quite a secret you've been keeping from me, Rerir. But who am I to talk? Am I really any better? I've kept my own past a secret this whole time too. Love should be built on honesty. But ours
so it's not
was
just
born
me.
from lies. And yet, is it really so wrong to hide things that would only make life harder? If we don't cover up the parts that no one else should see, how can we go on pretending to be normal? Vedifulnir must have known all this. And that's why he made his prophecy. In the end, nothing stays hidden forever. But I won't just sit by and watch this disaster unfold. I'll do everything in my power to protect what I cannot afford to lose, no matter who I have to face.
Huh? Was that Rerir who just walked past the window? Doesn't it give you the chills that he still takes the same road to work every day? As if nothing ever happened.
Those people at the deli.
Enough already.
And
They're
it cuts
clearly
off.
pretty taken by their own disguise.
Okay, so I gotta stand
smile
still
and
until
play
they're done
along.
talking, or it keeps getting,
the rug
or it keeps
from
cutting
under
off the
beasts
dialogue.
like that.
Another thing I hate about
To
Genshin.
risk having your throat torn out. Deli.
And it's hard to predict how far you're allowed to walk
They're
before it
talking
cuts
about
off
those
the
people from
story.
opposition. Right. I'd almost forgotten they used to run a deli. People of no consequence always vanish so easily. And no one even remembers them.
There we go. Oh great, now I could have walked to the end, huh?
But surely you can see he's not the man he pretends to be. So many have died already, and they say that the king's madness grows with each passing day. We're not going to survive this, are we? But why does it have to be this way? Do we really deserve to die just because of the blood that runs through our veins?
Yes.
Galindus, are you even listening?
No.
Sorry, Freether. My mind was off wandering. I heard you, though. you're talking about what Rerir said. He's just following the king's orders. He's a secret agent, and it's his job to hunt down rebels and dissidents.
By the time you first met him, he'd already taken lives. Maybe he was using you from the very beginning.
No. Rerir has no idea I have anything to do with the Crimson Moon. My family are only distant relatives of the main lineage, and besides, my eyes are perfectly ordinary. Truth be told, apart from my teacher, pretty much no one knows I have any connection to any of it. It's been a long time since my family severed ties.
But as Orlog said, who could possibly talk sense into that raving lunatic of a king? No one.
I'll work something out. Trust me, I'm with you all. But for now, you need to keep yourselves hidden. Don't let anyone find you, anyone at all. Don't forget that Rerir is an Eclipse operative. You need to be extra careful when he's around. And when I am too. For now, don't come looking for me. And if anything happens to me, just act like we've never met.
If even you can't escape this, what hope do the rest of us have?
None.
But after all this time together, surely he wouldn't lay a hand on you.
Yes, he would.
I won't speak in his defense, nor can I give you a clear answer to that question. But I'll do everything I can to put an end to this. Here, hold on to this. If an opportunity to escape presents itself, take it. You'll be glad you took some spare change.
You call that change? But what about you?
I've got a job, and there's still money coming in. But you can't go anywhere right now. Please think about yourself for once.
Alright, where to now? We're back inside. And back outside.
Another day, another round of assassination training. Training ground is just beyond this hidden passageway.
When you kill a person, doesn't it bother you when you end up covered in that blood?
Why would it? Aren't we all just walking blood bags?
But not everyone is accustomed to hunting down others like prey. You've been a hunter for so long now, you seem to have forgotten that most people don't just go around killing one another.
Leave me alone.
You done? Okay. Begin training.
Can't hide the truth.
Make sure you have a firm grip on the handle. Then choose your angle well. Keep your movements light and brisk. And the prey won't sense a thing.
I'll bet no one's ever died of crying death in your hand.
Work clean. No traces.
That doesn't make it open and restored, though. The king just happens to need you right now. What if it doesn't?
That won't happen.
He's changed. Ever since he fell under the spell of that power. He only had to take out a handful of enemies. But now...
The ones I did have always been guilty. And I've carried out my work flawlessly.
It all adds up.
How many more of these do I have to destroy? There we go.
Was it because he didn't trust
Oh look, more dead kids.
Valindis, do you remember Orlog?
Orlog.
The boy who was pretending to sell flowers. You spoke for quite a while, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
It is basically
What about
FNAF,
him?
isn't it?
He was arrested 2 days
FNAF
ago.
15, more dead kids.
Chances are he's already dead.
He...
I just don't get it! After everything he's done, why do you still stand by him? Or does it mean nothing to you that people keep dying?
No,
That is
that's
correct.
not...
It does mean
Just
nothing.
hear me out.
I need to go now, Thelindis. They're looking for us. You take care too. If you ever need a place to hide, come find us.
Author Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 47 hours for experimental purposes. The results are as follows. All subjects of observation that were sent inside have now... The situation within is proving more problematic than anticipated. No progress whatsoever. What now? Won't you give me even a glimmer of hope? Things are getting worse by the day.
There is no hope, only
I have
despair.
to find a way or we'll all be in danger. But I... If all this research comes to nothing, what then? Sooner or later, it'll be my neck on the line. But could he really bring himself to kill me? No. Surely he wouldn't have the heart.
Yes, you would. And we shall return again. Fancy hallway.
Why won't you just let us go? We don't even know each other. All we want is to live ordinary, peaceful lives.
You want to live?
Imagine wanting to live, couldn't be me.
Yes. I just want to go on living. Is that really such an unforgivable crime?
It absolutely is. Living should be illegal.
You want to go on living. I want to keep living too. To keep living forever. That's why I have no choice but to continue on the path I'm on. If only some savior would suddenly swoop down and change the way the world is. Too bad that's not going to happen.
Well, skill issues. I would know a skill issue if I see one. Now open the door.
Imagine that. If there really were such a person, you and I wouldn't be standing here like this, would we? Today's files are in. Time to wade through them just like usual. No, I don't get tired of it. It's my job. And not only am I lucky to have it, I'm good at it too. Huh. Wait. That's... Thelindis?
There it is.
No. No! No! Why? But you bear no mark of the Crimson Moon. How could you possibly have anything to do with them? It cannot be! A diluted bloodline. Carefully concealed. I see it now. You've been living in the shadows just like me.
And now you gotta kill her.
Fool I've been. Numbing myself with talk of justice. Even imagining my friends would back me up. But in the end, Irminsul.
Oh, we're bringing it back to Irminsul as well.
How far are you going to take this? From the direct bloodline to secondary offshoots? And then what? Today it's the descendants of the Crimson Moon. Who will it be tomorrow? Will you not rest until everyone down here is dead? No. This cannot go on. This is where it ends.
Oh, chest. Oh, I actually gotta go over here.
You're really letting me go?
I am. As long as you can guarantee that no one will find you.
Don't worry, I'll be extra careful. No one will know I was here. But what about you?
Me?
If you let me go, you won't be able to complete your mission, will you?
Good point. In that case, maybe you should stay.
No, please! I just want to see the outside world again.
Oh, you're right. I do have to complete my mission. I guess I won't let you get away then.
Go on living?
Yes. I know you're a man of your word. So please, just let me go.
If I let you leave, what will become of me? Just kidding. Go, now. But remember, don't let anyone know you were caught. We'll be seeing each other again very soon if you do.
Even shadows in the dark must live by a code. But you can't save everyone.
You've been whispering in my ear for days now, Vedifilnir. What are you trying to do? Break me down?
I only say this because you long for an answer to your problems. Let her go, Rerir, or you risk losing everything.
I will not abandon Thelindis.
Then you'll need a little more vigilance and a lot more power.
Oh, is that where his obsession with power started?
Keep your eyes peeled for your moment of opportunity.
I guess this must be where it started then.
That voice used to be so unclear, but now I know exactly whose it is. It's Vedifilnir. He won't tell me how to actually resolve any of this, but he keeps trying to manipulate me like a puppet. What's his game here? Tell me then. What will this moment of opportunity look like? And no answer. He's like a ghost. Always disturbing me when I'm on edge, but never answering when I need him most.
So, the Eclipse Dynasty was purging, well, massacring the descendants of the Crimson Moon. And it seems like it was all connected to the Vinster King's research. The King's obsession with abyssal power left the future of Conria hanging in the balance. No wonder every aspect of Rerir's life was so unstable. And it looks like this Thelindis, Rerir's would-be fiancée, herself belonged to a sub-branch of the Crimson Moon Dynasty's descendants. It almost defies belief that a couple like them could hide the truth from each other for so long. If the Vinster King hadn't intervened in such a drastic way, they might have gone on deceiving each other for the rest of their lives. And why does Vedifilnir, Daneslif's older brother, keep talking in Rerir's head? This guy kept more secrets than I ever imagined. The human mind is like a vast desert of shifting sands. When you follow the flow of someone's memories, you only ever see the parts they're willing to let surface. Time for something a bit more creative. We've been inside Rerir's mind this whole time, building up a picture of his psyche. There's already enough clues on the board to start reading between the lines and mapping out the rest. Now, we can finally begin to put the pieces together. Sure, it'll only be a reconstruction, part simulation, part reasoning, but it's usually pretty accurate. Once we've built up a cognitive profile, we just need to cross-check the logic behind his actions. And then we'll be able to take a sneak peek at whatever it is that Rerir has really been hiding.
He was hiding a flashbang, apparently.
Rerir, are you there?
Moving pieces consumes action points. When your action points are used up, you'll be returned to the previous save point. When a piece moves to a square with this marking, you'll gain the corresponding number of action points. This square will also become the latest save point. Can you advance? Thank you. That was not what I wanted. I gotta go this way.
Hey, Rerir! Come out, it's urgent!
Dane? What's wrong?
Quick, come with me. I'll explain everything once we've met up with the others.
Okay. I'll come. But the Lindis is still over at the Universitas. I'll need to leave her a note.
All right then, but make it quick.
I've never seen Dane so worked up before. Whatever this is, it must be big trouble.
Oh boy. Make use of movement squares to move a piece in the marked directions. Moving this way does not consume action points. Simple enough.
Well, this is a nice change, meeting you all at this
my
hour.
daughter.
When men and women of
Well, ain't that a
ambition can
surprise?
speak face to face in broad daylight, I say that's a big step forward for our dear Conria.
Don't be ridiculous. We do not fear the day. Why would we seek refuge in the night?
You might ask your blade that same question. I'm told it prefers the cover of darkness. The word on the street is that Sir Delogi only strikes when he has an unfair advantage. But that is patently false. I see you're missing an arm and a leg. Surely only a fair fight could explain that.
If this is your way of offering me replacement limbs, believe me, I'll take them.
Oh, we can certainly discuss that. With bioalchemy, anything is possible. Assuming I have your full support in my research.
Lunatic. Robtatir, what brings you here?
Why, Dainsliff, of course. He invited me. Please, cast aside your apprehensions, Miss Rhindaughter. Whatever the rumors may say, I am but a humble servant of the king. And I can assure you he affords me no greater convenience than he does you.
Well, the Universitas Magistrorum won't stop fawning over you. So at least some of the rumors must be true. You're clearly doing well for yourself. So drop the humble servant act. It endears you to no one. You're president of the Universitas Magistrorum, the chief royal mage known as the Wise by royal appointment, and by far the most favored among the 4 pillars of Conria. Vice President Veet doesn't even try to hide his envy when he sees you.
My success is the product of hard work and good luck. It's as simple as that. Were the king not such an extremist, I hardly think I would have received a senior post at my
Hongshu
age.
later.
Of course,
Again,
no
I
job
said
is
it.
without its
I'll say
gripes.
it again.
Serving a
If I
king like
collapse
ours
during
can
the
be a
stream,
challenging task,
it's
as
to
I'm
be
sure you
expected.
can imagine. And as for Eftervit, in missing out on the presidency, he's dodged a mountain of stress. Like everything else in life, it comes with pros and cons.
There'll be so many Hongshu me's.
You're all here. I apologize for the short notice, but it was an emergency.
You must be Rerir.
Mr. Sertologi.
Oh wow, he can move
Yes,
diagonally.
I handled your case file during your sentencing. Nothing personal, of course. I'm pleasantly surprised that you remember me.
You're clearly a person of substance if you've been invited here. But Dainsleif, you'd better have a very good reason for convening this little gathering.
It's my brother, Vedafenir. After he spoke at the court this morning, the king was so infuriated by his words that he had him blinded in both eyes and thrown in prison.
Vedafenir in prison? Strange. I thought the king trusted him and Heroptatir more than anyone else in the world. Does this mean the king's circle of trust just got even smaller?
It has nothing to do with trust. It's about what the king wants, which is as clear as day to anyone paying attention. I simply appease him, because it's in the best interests of the Universitas Magistrorum.
And also because you're slimy. Vedafenir, perhaps less so. But still, a visionless visionary? It rather inclines me to think that qualifications are not what get you ahead in Conria.
Do you honestly think this is an important discussion to be having right now?
Dane, what are you planning to do?
Rescue Vedafenir, I assume.
Correct. It will mean storming the palace by force. Tonight. I need all of you on my side.
That's far too dangerous. And don't forget, Dainsleif, you're captain of the Royal Guard. You swore an oath to the throne.
That is about to break.
You've been planning this for a while, haven't you?
I have no desire to commit treason. But whatever critique the king may have of Vedafenir, disfiguring your most loyal subject for putting the best interests of his court and nation first, this is not the conduct of a wise ruler. My blade will force the king to see the error of his ways.
So, Vedafenir's prophecy enraged the king. I'm sure it wasn't what he wanted to hear, but if he won't take counsel even from the visionary, that is deeply troubling news. The extent of His Majesty's madness is now all too clear. The question is, how does a man like me get out of this situation unscathed? You have noble ambitions, Dane, but I'm afraid they don't do much for a guy like me. I'm not interested in saving the world. All I want is a letter of pardon.
A letter of pardon? For whom? Thelindis? The chances of the Vinster King issuing a pardon for anyone connected to the Crimson Moon seem vanishingly slim.
Which is why he must be killed. Oh, we're gonna puzzle again? Yep, we sure are.
This black fog over the board must have some connection to Thelindis. But why is it taking this form? Does it have something to do with Rerir's past? Another mystery I'll need to unravel.
Consume the marked number of action points to defeat your opponent's pieces. The pieces will only attack when they have more action points than needed to defeat your opponent's piece. Okay. Ah, but that kills me. Okay, let's see. Oh, no, it doesn't, because I can go back and then... Okay, that makes things very easy. Because they stay defeated. Did not expect that. Down. Now I can go up.
Author Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 60 hours for experimental purposes. The results are as follows. Research dating back to the Crimson Moon Dynasty has established 2 points regarding moon marrow. Firstly, its origins have something to do with a god's power. Secondly,
we know that
it
much.
serves as a portal to an as-yet indeterminate location. Moon marrow can thus be defined as a spatial gateway.
However,
It's kind of what
there
happened
are
with the
a
Crimson
number of
Moon
hurdles
Marrow.
to
I
overcome
remember
before
that.
we can answer the question of where it leads to. To start with, opening the gateway requires a specific power source, which the relevant literature indicates. An enormous amount of power is then required to keep the gate open. Currently, the total power output of our instruments remains in the single digits. To make matters worse, I am now the only staff member remaining in the Moon Marrow lab. The Universitas Magistrorum recently decided to move most of its personnel into abyssal energy research, which has stymied all Crimson Moon-related projects. This is not a wise move. I've always maintained that placing all our hopes in a single source of power is risky, especially one as poorly understood as this, as well as making ourselves overly reliant on a single resource.
Well, they
We are
certainly
neglecting other
went
promising
all in on the
technologies.
abyssal power, didn't they?
I apologize if
Oh,
this
the
comes across as
Conrians.
disrespectful. But as a Moon Marrow researcher, I desperately want to see the world beyond the gateway. If we really made it there one day, what would we find? And how would we go about taming the unknown? My imagination is endlessly fueled by questions such as these.
Alright, more enemies to kill, and we're moving over to the other side. Okay, kill them all. None shall be remaining. They must all perish. Damn it, one of them shall remain, because I went the bottom path. Oh well.
This is for you. I heard you're gonna leave the city with your parents.
Delindis, did you hear about what happened?
I've heard nothing. Rerir got back very late last Friday, and he was acting a little unusual, but he slept pretty well, so I'm guessing whatever he did was a good deed. You never saw him, and I don't know what he did. And this conversation never happened. You understand?
What if he finds out that you pried into his secrets?
Don't be silly. I don't know what secrets he does or doesn't have. All I know is he's just a normal guy who happens to run some errands for the king.
Yep,
Are
nothing
you scared
else.
of him?
I don't know. The Rerir I know doesn't match the person you all describe. Logically, I should be scared of him. And yet, I don't want to lose him. But enough about that. You should get going, and be careful with the package I gave you. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
What's in it?
A piece of the moon. All you need to know is that as long as you keep it safe, then in the future, everyone will be able to see a red moon.
The moon is red. The frenzy
red
has
moon?
begun. We are out of
You mean-
time.
Our moon?
That's right. Our moon. Promise me you'll look after it.
I promise, Delindis.
The Crimson Moon bloodline will never die out. Its light, the color of blood, will become like a fire that flows in our veins,
You are here alive.
no matter how long it takes.
Just go Lord of the Rings. I mean, we'll go with that, sure. And we keep moving around the board. Oh no. So many evil opponents to take down. Whatever shall I do? Okay, I need to have more. I can't have the same amount. It needs to specifically be more. How does this position help me at all? It doesn't really, does it? Like, where can I go from here? I can't really go anywhere, can I? Guess I should go this way then. Right, now I can get right through here. Ah, no, I can't kill that one even if I tried. Okay, then go over here. Ooh, but that also doesn't kill, okay. So I gotta go around this way. So I can get the refill here, and now I can kill it. Not like I needed to kill it, because I can just go this way. But when I get the opportunity to kill something, I might as well take it, you know?
Hurry, everyone, and stick to the plan.
Sir Dainsleif, what are you? Is this treason? You know what happens to those who betray the throne. Please, don't do this!
It is the king himself who has betrayed the throne. He has betrayed all of Conria.
If you have any love left for justice in your heart, you should join me.
It's showtime. Dane and his group will handle the troops in the palace. Then Hraptatir and Rheindotter will disarm the security measures. My job is to enter the prison and rescue Vedifalnir. Stay safe. Wish me luck.
Look after my brother. Draw your blade. It is time for justice to prevail.
We really are getting a lot of backstory and very little actually, you know, working on taking down our opponent. We're just getting all of his history today, I guess. All of the what made this person who he is. Again, if I can kill, I'm gonna kill. Actually, again, if I can kill, I'm gonna kill, so I'm gonna actually go this way. There we go. In fact, I think I even needed to do that.
The smell is abominable. Clearly, the king doesn't allow his prisoners a single shred of dignity. This is dire. Found you. Hello, Mr. Vedifalnir.
Ah, it's you.
Surprised? Oh, wait. I guess surprise isn't an emotion that prophets feel very often.
I certainly felt some surprise in the moment when I was blinded. Surprise at the king's sheer ignorance. Surprise at just how unfairly this world responds to words of earnest remonstration.
I'm curious. What did you prophesize this time?
It wasn't a prophecy. It was a word of warning.
Set the
Someone
snake.
had to say it. The king has forsaken all reason in pursuit of his obsessions. I simply told him that if he continues on this path, Conria will surely fall.
But he didn't listen. Worse still, he stabbed you in both eyes and locked you away. Dane asked for my help. The court is in complete chaos now, but I'm sure you predicted that.
Everything is transpiring as I foresaw. Yet I am powerless to change it. Fate is an immutable force. I can but lament as the inevitable unfolds. I do wonder whether giving a man the power to see the future does nothing more for him than slowly crush his spirits.
Forgive my curtness, Vedafulnir, but the king did not suddenly turn on you today. His suspicions have been brewing for a long time. You can't have wisdom beyond the reach of your fellow man without attracting his fear and suspicion. There are things the king does not want to see. So, he doesn't want you having visions of them either. He blinded you because he thought this would make the visions stop.
He wasn't entirely wrong. I did indeed lose my power to see the future. Right up until...
Until what?
Just now.
Huh.
I believe I saw something new.
Well, tonight could go a lot of different ways. 5 of us banded together to storm the palace, also we could rescue you. This will go down as the most tumultuous day in Conrian history.
I sense hatred in you. But also hope. A desperate hope that with the tyrant deposed, that will be the end of the story. But this is not the end. It is the beginning of a new chapter, and a whole new story. There are many men of honor and courage in this world, Rerir.
That's all nice, but can you get out of your cell now?
You are not one of them. You're not here for justice, are you? You're here for yourself. Is that a dagger? Interesting. Why not the polearm? It was always your weapon of choice.
With your abilities, I don't doubt that you were able to recover some of your sight.
So he's a
But I also
polearm
doubt
user. Got
that you
it.
want to make an enemy of me right now.
Of course not. We're on the same side, aren't we?
We could be. But I need you to be honest with me, Vedafulnir. At this point, you're my only hope for the future.
You mean your future? With your beloved, Felindis?
Yes. And I know there are bigger things at stake here. A dynasty, a nation, maybe the entire world. But forgive me, I care first and foremost about myself. I can't abandon the one I love to save myself. I just can't do it. But you see a broader picture of the future than I. You see the solutions to the biggest problems of our age. So tell me, what is my solution? What's the answer?
In matters of fate, answers are either right or wrong. What will be and what will not. Maybe you are willing to pay a certain price in the pursuit of happiness, but unfortunately, fate does not negotiate. That is the cruelest thing about fate. It is unmoved by your sacrifices.
That can't be true. I know it's your voice that I keep hearing in my head, urging me to see how the world is changing, to seek more power, so I can protect the things I love. You show me
Again,
disaster,
Mr. Power Hungry.
You won't show me how
This
to
is how
avoid it.
Rerir was born.
Why?
The Rerir
Why
we
are
know
you
now,
doing all this?
I mean.
My voice. In your head. So, you hear it too. The voice that steals your mind, gains your trust, and drives you crazy. It turns out that we are not so different, you and I.
Vedafulnir just broke into the strangest smile I've ever seen in my life. As if he'd discovered some monumental secret. But then he suddenly switched to looking extremely weary.
Very well then. My advice to you is as follows. You must persevere. Whatever trials and tribulations you may face, be steadfast in the belief that they are your path to the future. For as long as you live, your story with Felindis shall not come to an end. That is the only chance you have of fighting back against fate. It is up to you whether you believe my words. Regardless, that is all I will say on the matter. I have no right to intervene any further.
I will hold you to your word.
So, time for the
Thank
escape
you for
now?
setting me free. In return, I will tell you one more thing that you cannot afford to ignore.
Just then, a strange wave of energy rippled through the city. We had no idea what it could mean.
If I were you, I would head to the Universitas Magistrorum.
The Universitas? Oh no!
I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again very soon, Rerir.
Whatever Vedifalnir said, I didn't catch it. I didn't even help him out of the prison. There was no time to lose.
Oh boy, and I guess that means we're cutting back to his would-be fiancée now? Oh well, moving around a bit first. Interesting. I assume there's combat coming up because I get more characters than just Nefer. I get my entire team available as well. That definitely means there's some combat segments coming up.
Monsters?
Who could have seen this coming?
My daughter's doing with the Universitas Magistrorum. Out of my way!
Can't hide the truth. Seek within.
The Universitas. That reminds me of a rumor I once heard. Allegedly, the king installed secret mechanisms in the palace and around the city. No one knows where they are or what kind of power they hold. But if they were ever going to activate, it would probably be on a night like tonight.
Help! Help! Hold on! Don't let them anywhere near you! Save me! I can't! Ah!
That sounded like an explosion. So, the rumor is true? The king really went through with it. What other means does the king have at his disposal? They must run on power from the Abyss. And given it's a major center of Abyss research, anyone over at the Universitas will be in grave danger. I have to hurry!
Imagine they're already dead by the time he gets there. Even more as to why he turned out to be... You know, he needed to have his villain origin story in some way. More Rift Hounds. Why? Why does it always have to be Rift Hounds?
I will have order.
I think I've made it known plenty of times how much I hate these things.
It all adds up.
Order guide you. Gather. Midnight Vent.
Let my name echo in song!
The mystery unravels. Can't hide the truth.
The show by Royal
Stabilize.
No more lies. Time to go clean.
Look, another Rift
This
Hound.
is order.
What a shocker.
odds revealed by
How could I have ever predicted there's gonna be another Rift Hound?
Seek within. It all adds up.
Solidify.
By royal decree, may I present Dumpy Dumpy Poo!
Can't hide the truth.
Stabilize.
No more lies.
Just die already, you stupid thing. There we go.
Monsters at the Universitas Magistrorum? Why now?
By the way, this is a very long, uninterruptible story
They're
segment.
coming. It's no use. The
In most
table
story
won't hold out much
segments, in
longer.
most story portions, you
The
can kind of leave
Where
at
are
some
the
point.
weapons?
But since this entire segment is one massive domain, there is no escaping it once you're in
was
it.
upgraded after the inspection last week, but the new weapons haven't been allocated yet. I'm done for. Is anyone there? I need help! Ah! Stay back! Please stay back! Please!
And did Rerir show up? Rerir to the rescue? Something along those lines? Maybe? No? Oh! Oh! Cut straight into a cutscene. That was actually a nice transition into cutscenes.
So the rumors about your work are true.
What? No! Listen, something happened at the palace tonight. We have to leave!
You don't need to lie to me anymore.
What do you mean?
I know why you're worried, and I will respect the decision you've made. But it's okay, because I found a solution. I know how to end all this. You can have it back. The normal life you so desire. But until then, I'm afraid our wedding will have to wait.
This? No, don't do it! Cylinders! Cylinders!
I told you, Rerir. Let her go. You will find someone better.
No! No, I won't do it! I have to save her!
By what means exactly? A lonely pawn.
And he'll keep diving further and further into madness.
Strength of will.
Do you know why? Tell me!
Come to the palace. Join us.
Rerir, thank goodness we...
Step forth and take your share.
You made it.
Not you too.
Hatred or grief, despair, desire. We all have our own.
Hooray for abyssal energy, I guess.
Rerir. Rerir.
Flinders?
Were you daydreaming? You still remember, Rerir? That question you asked me a couple of weeks ago?
Oh. You mean the proposal?
Yeah. I'm wondering, where do you think would be a good place to discuss it? Maybe in the garden? Or were you thinking a fancy restaurant?
It's your choice.
Ah yes, the hair color change, of course.
I will find you. And then, you can give me your answer.
And we still haven't made it out of the domain.
So that's how the Raker of Solnari was born. A monster created by circumstance is a monster all the same. Viewing other people's thoughts for too long can get uncomfortable. Right now, I'm feeling a strong sense of loathing. In a nutshell, the story of Conria is what happens when the truth falls by the wayside. Everyone tells little white lies, and before long, you have a huge pack of lies that destroys everything. Time to get back. His past is filled with sorrow, but the tale of any fallen civilization is one of endless tragedy. Cruel as it may be, that was Conria's fate.
Alright, so we made it out. An hour-long domain. Whew.
Everyone, I'm back. Can I get a standing ovation?
No.
How are you holding up? Feeling okay?
She's fine. Boss is a pro.
Yes, I'm fine. You will have seen the events of Rerir's life through my thoughts. It's now clear that he is just a regular nobody, driven by personal tragedy, as he said himself.
I mostly agree. There's only so much we can know about him from his memories alone, but they did give us a clear glimpse into his life in Conria. However, I would not consider Rerir to be a nobody. He was deeply involved in the events of that era. Yet, when the catastrophe of a generation strikes, nobody is safe.
Sounds to me like you're speaking in riddles again. Is this you urging me not to abandon the people of Nod-Krai in their hour of need?
That's not what I meant. Although I do hope you choose to remain a part of the
So
plan.
what's next?
Without you, the mission ahead will be all but impossible.
Then try to remember that
We
I
did the
respond
memory
better
stuff.
to the carrot
What else do we
than
have
the
to do?
stick. And I don't appreciate being bossed around. Now,
It's been a...
as
I
for
just
you,
I'm
Missy,
forgetful, I'm stupid.
you were excellent. You stuck to the rules of the ceremony and kept your mouth shut the entire time. Bravo.
Cool. So, can you fill me in on the deets now? Most of what I saw went right over my head.
Patience. You'll hear the whole story, don't you worry. But let's meet up with the others first. It will save me narrating it twice. Yehoda?
Yes, boss. Let me get that door for ya.
That's more like it.
Okay, so it's
For a
meetup
moment
time
there,
again.
I was worried you'd forgotten about the first clause
streak.
of your employment contract.
Right. You are on a double-digit
Forgive
streak
my
now, I guess.
curiosity, but what does the first
well, ain't
clause
that
say?
something? Spinner, how's your streak coming along?
It says I gotta
Building
do the
it back
annoying
up
stuff
again,
that boss
or
is too lazy to do for herself. Like
have you
opening
given
the
up?
door, pouring the tea, yada yada.
Is that right?
If something is in the contract, it's because she willingly agreed to it. Rest assured that the curatorium abides
Can't
by
see
the
it.
very strictest
I
of
guess it
labor
only shows
policies.
up for certain
You don't
19, there it is.
seriously think I'm cruel enough to treat her like my slave?
Right, there was some kind of problem recently where it was like, it didn't count the streak because you had the stream muted, right? That's the
In any
problem why it
case,
reset
I've hardly
recently.
shied away from my share of the work today. Hope I don't catch Flintz and Varka lounging about in their chairs, enjoying a leisurely cup of tea. There's nothing I dislike more than other people enjoying themselves while I'm hard at work.
Well, Twitch be stupid sometimes, I guess.
Oh no.
Oh no? What does oh no mean?
Sorry to disturb you, but we seem to have run into some trouble.
Oh?
Evidently so. Don't worry, I'm not about to leave you to fend for yourselves. I'm not that kind of boss. And it would go against the Curatorium's labor policy.
White desert?
I'm sorry. What did you hear me say? I wasn't talking about labor policy.
Wait. How long have I been standing here?
Not long. You just appeared by the door a moment ago.
Also main character voice line.
Boss, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
We've been tricked. We never left at all. Somehow I hallucinated that whole scene back inside the office.
Hallucinated? But how?
How indeed. This place should heed my will alone. All thoughts and actions that occur in here are just a result of pawns moving across the chessboard in a carefully calculated manner. And nobody has access to this chess set but me.
So you control everything in here?
More or less. But yes, it's a special technique of mine.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
Only once. It was the first time I used the chess set.
Is there any similarity between what happened then and what's happening now?
I suppose my thoughts are a little turbulent, which was also the case my first time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
No,
The
you're
first
the last
clause of your
person.
contract clearly
who needs
states
to
that I
help.
only need your help with things that I'm too lazy to do myself.
Meaning you're not feeling lazy right now?
Meaning this is not something Yehoda can help with. The chess set is a personal treasure that I alone understand. I must be the one to find our way out of here.
Boss,
And so the
it's
domain
fine.
continues.
Really? Let me do something useful.
Oh, listen to you. Whatever would I do without you, Yehoda?
What? Really?
Yes, really. Where would I ever find another employee as obedient and servile as you? God forbid anything ever happens to you.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I was thinking of fetching some water. There's gotta be a source around here somewhere. I suggest everyone finds someplace comfortable to take a rest. We gotta conserve our energy. Even though all this chess malarkey doesn't exist in a physical sense, mentally speaking, it's all real. And so is our tiredness and fatigue.
Oh, don't talk to me about tiredness and
You don't want
fatigue
to
right
dismiss
now.
mental fatigue. Just because it isn't physical doesn't mean it's any less serious. But anyway, I got your backs, so don't worry about a thing.
Don't I have the best employees? Jealous much?
Why do you mean?
If we
What do you
can
mean by
find a
employees
suitable
plural?
time, I'd love to
I
borrow
only see
Yehoda
one.
for a day to help out at the Frost Moon Scions. Would you be amenable to that, Boss Nefer?
Oh, Lama. Have I ever told you just how pretty you are? Beauty runs from the tips of your antlers to the depths of your imagination. Time to rally, everyone. Follow me. As we continue our journey, the same rules will apply. That means stay focused and no talking, no matter what
Hey, yo.
we encounter.
Yeah, when did she become
And don't disturb the
flirtatious?
chess pieces. You have my word that I will get us all out of here.
Yeah, no, this is just straight up
This
Sumeru.
place looks familiar. That's not a good sign. There's someone up ahead. Time for a little chat.
I wasn't expecting visitors at this hour. Wait, is that?
Oh, it's him.
There you are. Sinue's been looking for you all day. I think he has some news for you.
Oh yeah? What were you doing just now, Uncle Retinue? Hiding away some more loose change? I know I saw some Mora.
What do you mean loose change? Oh, come on, I'm too old for this. Just pretend you saw nothing.
I'm so tired, but must continue through
Mind
this
telling me what
game.
Sinuhe's been up to recently? I'm trying to get in his good books and I need a way in.
Get in his good books? Why? What do you want with my dad, Uncle Apepi?
I've written a new song. I was hoping to showcase it at the next festival, but I'll need his approval.
A new song, huh? I'd love to stay and listen, but unfortunately, Uncle Retinue says my dad's looking for me.
Don't.
Well, there's plenty of time. And
Oh,
I'm
that
not
is
going
so
anywhere.
weird. If I look at it up
See
there,
that pile of
it's
stones?
red, but if
I'll
I
be
look at
sitting
it
there
over in
warming
the
up my
side
vocal cords.
in
Come
the
find me when you're
chat
done.
box, it looks blue. That is so
Pile
strange.
of stones. Got it. Hi, Dad. Uncle Retinue said you were looking for me.
Ah, there's my little princess. If you'd gotten back just a little sooner, you could have shared the spoils of war with me.
Spoils of war? Who were you fighting against, Dad?
It was just a figure of
gonna
speech.
need some
The
serious
aftermath
rest
of a
after this.
sandstorm is no time to be waging war. I was
I'm
talking
just so
about our
glad.
war against
I'm
thirst.
just so glad I don't
I
have to
went out
do
to
the
fix our
morning
water
shift
supply
tomorrow.
problem, and now I'm back, which means
We have a well again.
Otherwise,
that's
I'd
right.
super die.
I found a new one and brought back as much
Catch
water
up
as
on
I
some
could carry.
ZZZs.
It should last us for a good while.
If it wasn't for these blasted sandstorms, our wells wouldn't be caving in. And you wouldn't be spending all your time out searching for new water sources.
As the chief of our tribe, I'm supposed to be leading us out of hardship and poverty, onto better things. You know how prosperous our ancestors were. I've told you all the stories. And look at us now, squeezed into these hovels. No one would choose this, if it wasn't for the endless wars over the years. But things are looking up. I started working with some folks from the academia a few months back. They gave me some contacts in return for my assistance in the desert.
So you're the academia's helper now?
Oh, wow, double down. Interesting. I
Special
was not expecting a
ambassador,
bot to double down,
Think of
to
it
come in
as a
swinging
partnership.
twice like that.
It's nothing bad, okay? We've been isolated here in the desert for too long.
Yeah, I think that's the same bot that
Seeking
sent the message
opportunities elsewhere
twice.
is the best thing for us,
Huh.
and the fastest way to progress.
So, do you get anything
But thank you, Spinner, for
good out of
doing
being a special
an
ambassador?
amazing job at moderating.
Of course. My luck's improving all the time. One day, I swear I'm gonna lead us out of this place. We'll find somewhere new.
You do?
Somewhere better.
Well, it's the first time I've seen a bot try to send it twice in a row. So I guess it was about time that I experienced that too. You are right. You are right.
That's our well, and you know it. You stole from us. Well, you've gone from chief to thief, and now you have to face the consequences.
Did you really think you could take our water without permission and get away with it? You're either brave, stupid, or both.
And that special ambassador act? Yeah, nice try. We spoke to the academia. They said it was all news to them. You're a liar
By the
and a
way,
cheat.
let me just say it again. All this time, there hasn't been a single point in this story where I could take a break and do something unrelated to the story.
I heard Yehuda gasp, but I don't blame her. Most people are terrified by the sight of blood. Corpses
So yeah, once you're in
strewn
this part
across
of the
ground.
story, you have to stay committed
The
to it for a
wounds are clearly
while.
from scimitars
No
and
chance of
daggers.
getting out.
The desert dwellers' weapons of choice. There's a handwritten note on the ground. Let's see what it says.
Halil, this is Sinuhe, chief of the Shimti tribe. Surely you remember me. I was the one who helped you and your colleagues avoid the quicksand in the desert. This is my second time writing to you. I assume my last letter must have gotten lost in the mail, as I didn't receive a reply. I hope this one makes it to you safely. I'm writing to you because I need some help. That sandstorm the other day completely blocked up our well, forcing me to look for another water source in Iab and Unut territory. It was a matter of survival. Praise the gods. The well of the Iab tribe was intact. It was my last resort. I drew what water I could and left, but not without being spotted. I fear they will retaliate. You told me to write to you if I ever needed help. You said you'd be my ally in the academia. I urgently need you to formally recognize my title of Special Ambassador and send some of your people to assist me for a few days. It's the only way I can convince them that this was the academia's decision and prevent them from retaliating. This is an emergency. Please send help as soon as possible.
Looks like this letter never got sent. The writer died a grisly death, and the
Skill
letter
issue.
was trampled into the ground. It's badly defaced. Some parts are barely legible. What a ridiculous lie the surviving Shimti tell. Their whole village was butchered over a sip of water.
And we get a loading screen as well, because of course we do.
Ah, officer. Welcome. Welcome to our humble village.
I thought you would at least have the courtesy to provide some respectable libations.
This is the finest wine Aru village has to offer. I promise.
The Academia has agreed to reserve a single space for a candidate from your village. But I remain skeptical of this entire endeavor. I highly doubt anyone in this desert possesses serious academic potential.
Please, have faith. If
Again,
not
I
us,
don't
then
see.
in our God. The child we found shows great
Why
promise.
did I say again?
I beg you.
I
take
don't
her away from
currently
this
see
place. Give her a chance.
how
talent
this is
go to
relevant to the current story.
I don't recognize her.
This feels like this would be a Nefer
She
side
showed up here a
story.
few days ago and we took her in.
This feels
She's
like
a
it would be
really
a
bright
Nefer
kid.
story quest rather
Please
than a
help.
main story quest.
I'm begging you.
So, where are you from?
Nowhere special. Just a sand dune.
What about the rest of your family? How many of you are there?
Just the one.
It's only you?
No, the thing is, Spinnish, story quests you have to unlock using a
Correct.
key. You have to unlock
So,
story
no
quests
brothers,
intentionally.
no sisters,
You can't accidentally
no
stumble
mother
into
or
them without
father?
unlocking them.
Any who
Also,
have
hi,
slept
Bones,
on a
how's
bed
it
of
going?
sand, I call my brothers and my sisters. Apart from that, I have no family.
All right. Get over here. Sign your name on the form. Nefer? You're rather fair-skinned for a desert dweller.
We're really just getting her entire backstory now. First we get our opponent's backstory, now we get Nefer's backstory. Is this entire chapter of the story just gonna be character backstories without anything actually going on?
Nefer, this term's assignments have been issued already. Please read through the materials thoroughly, conduct your own additional research, and then write an essay on the topic.
Yes, Professor, I'm aware. I just had a couple more questions I wanted
Was
to
it
get
pain?
your
I mean,
perspective
game.
on.
It's extra painful because I'm exhausted.
Please ask away.
But other than that, the usual.
Well, I saw the other students' problem sheets, and I couldn't help but notice that my assignment is much easier than theirs. Do you really think I'm a weak student?
A weak student? Goodness, no. Quite the opposite. You have a sharp mind. Almost too sharp.
But yeah, the
I
usual
think what you're saying
is a lot more
weak student wouldn't have
taxing. Like
noticed
the usual live
discrepancy.
stream is a lot more
And
taxing.
if they did, they certainly wouldn't
When
complain
you
about the lighter
when
workload.
you also did double shifts today, like that's
You see? Sharp as they come. You
again.
see things the way they
Do a
are,
morning
and
shift
I'm sure
and
you
an
know
evening
why they're
shift
like
and a live stream all in one day, and
Because
it's
of where
just,
I come from.
Ugh.
because I'm different.
It's just so... But here I am.
I'm sorry, Nefer.
Thank you for the
I
hydrate,
don't like
by
it
the
any
way.
more than you do. It's just... Anyway, you said you had a couple of questions. What's the other
And
one?
the pats. Do appreciate that. I'm gonna collapse by the time the stream is
I
over,
wanted
you
to
just
check.
know it.
If someone sent me a letter to the academia, where do I go to collect it?
Ah, your family wrote to you. As long as they put your name on the envelope, someone should hand it right to you.
Not exactly. It's not even a recent letter. I was just curious where the mail would end up if no one collects it.
The House of Dana, I expect. I know there's a box for unclaimed mail somewhere in there, probably sitting on a shelf. Whatever you're looking for, that'd be the place to start.
If you crash after this.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Professor.
Honestly,
don't mention
it's a blessing that I at least don't have to
Honestly,
worry about the morning shift
I
tomorrow.
feel like I failed you. I'm supposed to be your teacher,
Otherwise,
but I haven't taught you
I
anything.
know for a fact I would be a corpse.
Hey, don't say that. You're a great teacher, and you do your best for all your students. But the rules are the rules. You're not allowed to teach students like me. It's not just the academia either. The whole world bends over backwards for the successful, and leaves the losers to suffer and die.
But anyway, Bones, how are
dear
you doing?
child. Don't tell me you've given up on life already.
I haven't.
Hope things are going well.
I just think that if you want to make it in this world, you have to find a way to become successful. This must be it. A big cardboard box full of unclaimed mail. And probably some letters that ended up here by mistake, too. Let's take a look.
Oh boy. Oh, back to first person view.
A dilapidation survey from Port Ormos. Looks like it's from a Core of 30 representative. What a strange thought. A bunch of mercs losing sleep over rundown buildings. This one was never even opened. I guess the recipient didn't care what the Core of 30 had to say about anything. Who was it addressed to? I don't recognize the name, but it must have been a Kasharawar professor.
Next.
This one is addressed to the Immorta Sage. The title is Changes Observed in Satyavada Life Symptoms. Why do all these letters read like full-blown dissertations?
Maybe they are full-blown dissertations.
Guided by the incense, we became lost somewhere in the forest. All the barriers between levels of consciousness disappeared as our minds soared around in circles, looking for a branch to seek refuge on. In clinical terms, these symptoms fit the description
you know what? You have
of
a point.
incense poisoning.
Whenever the devs
The
discover
Immorta
something new that
Darshan
they can do,
strictly
they use
prohibits
it
the use of hallucinogenic
all the way,
substances.
rather
But
than
I
using their
believe there
time
are
wisely
still
to,
people getting
you
away
know,
with it.
fix some of the glaring issues this game still has to this day.
For example, my neighbor who always breaks out into song and dance after using incense. This seems like something the academia would want to know about. Why wasn't it collected? Wait, what's this written on the back? It's so small. The note says, "The sender authored this letter while under the influence of mushrooms. I would send it back, but no return address was provided. Stamped by the Grand Conservator of the House of Dana."
But yeah, they're really committing
This
to what
next
they
one is
can do.
addressed to Grand Sage Azar.
I assume we'll see that a bunch more times during Nod-Krai.
A few words of protest regarding recent changes in Sumeru's educational policy. In recent years, the academia has taken on a small number of students from the desert region, as per the policy to this effect. However, it appears to me that these students have not, in fact, been provided with educational opportunities that are, in any meaningful sense, equal to those enjoyed by their peers, as well as receiving dumbed-down assignments and perfunctory tutoring. They do not even have full access to the Akasha system. Education is the fundamental purpose of this institution, which should go without saying in a nation whose founding virtues are knowledge and wisdom. I ask you, is the lip service we pay to the policy of education for desert students truly the standard of pedagogy to which the academia aspires? As Grand Sage, policy decisions are your prerogative, but do not forget your roots. You and I were once students too, as was everyone else in this institution. I do hope you will give some serious attention to this matter. I encourage you to discuss issues like this with myself and others, and listen to some alternative opinions. Great letter. Shame it didn't get to where it needed to go. And the sender is... Huh? Sage Cyrus of Spontamod. I didn't realize anyone else even knew how bad students like me have it in this place. So this is where letters from the Sage of Spontamod end up? Nice one, Grand Sage. Really enlightened leadership. Whatever. This isn't what I came here for. Moving on. I'm not exactly holding out hope that a letter sent from the desert would even make it here. But if it did, where else would it end up if not in this box? I can't believe how much discarded mail there is. Must have been years since someone last went through it all. And this is just one box. The whole House of Dana is boxes on shelves. I don't believe for 1 second that any human being has sat down and read through all the documents in this place. Who has that much free time on their hands?
Well, let's check out this one. This one looks a bit dilapidated.
Could this be it?
Perhaps. Oh wow, this isn't voice acted. Least fancy envelope in the box, written on crude quality paper. And of course, it would be right at the bottom of the pile. Clearly no one gave this letter so much as a first glance, let alone a second. The handwriting on the envelope looks very familiar. It's clearly not important because this is the only letter where stuff isn't voice acted.
Greetings, Halil. My name is Sinuhe, chief of the Shimti tribe. I was the one who came to you and your colleague's aid when you ran into trouble in the Great Red Sand. I don't know how well you remember it now, but I brought you to safety and gave you some water and other supplies. You seemed very pleased and told me your name. In my tribe, learning a person's true name is serious business, and I therefore see you all as friends. You were kind enough to leave your contact details, so we could stay in touch. The Shimti tribe lives a harsh, nomadic existence in the desert. You were sympathetic towards my plight, promising to make me a special ambassador of the academia and help us find a way to make a better living. This brings me to my reason for writing. Our tribe has fallen on particularly hard times, and I would like to ask for your assistance. There was a terrible sandstorm a few days ago, which blocked up the well in our land. To ensure my people's survival, I had no choice but to venture into Eob and Unut territory in search of an alternate water source. The Eob and Unut are descended from the Thamudians, while we trace our ancestry to Tulatula. We worship
I really,
the Lord of
really do
Flowers and have
wonder
had
if there's
relatively
any
good
more
relations with our fellow
stuff
tribes
to this story
up until
quest
now.
than
I found a
backstory
well belonging to the Eob tribe.
for Rerir and
They
Nefer.
declined to help us, but I really had no other option. So I took some water to keep me and my tribe alive. My actions are certain to incur their wrath. When we met, you assured me that you would be my ally in the academia. I would like to take you up on that offer because I really need your help. I wonder if you could send an academia representative to meet with me. That aside, the last time you were here, you mentioned that the academia had started accepting students from the desert. And I told you a little about my daughter, Nefer. We have next to no resources here in the desert, and my power and influence are limited. Would you consider enrolling my daughter at the academia? She is a smart girl. I know she won't disappoint you.
Well, would you look at
From
that?
the outset, the academia never took you seriously. Those things they promised were just empty words. I doubt they even remember the name Sinue. And you were so emphatic that your luck had finally changed for the better. You swore you'd lead us to a better place one day. You spoke with such conviction, like you were the most powerful chief in the whole desert. You liar. You lied about everything. You promised the world and delivered on none of it. And who fell for it? Just
Oh wow,
me,
the letter got a lot
by the
smaller,
looks of
didn't it?
Despite your best efforts. Which makes you a pathetic liar. You weren't even any good at it. I think I'll take over from here. Let me show you how it's done. I just came to say goodbye. Thanks for everything you've done for me in my time here.
Nefer? You packed your bags. Where are you going?
I'm quitting. Something's come up in my hometown. Gonna head back and deal with it.
Huh? But this was a hard-won opportunity for you. You know that better than I do.
It was.
Yeah, but they
it
don't
doesn't
treat her
matter.
as an equal to
I have more
everyone
important
else,
things
so...
to deal with, and they can't wait. Oh, and I didn't want to overfill my bags, so I left some incense on your desk. What's wrong? I thought you liked incense. Although, I did read somewhere in the House of Dana that it has hallucinogenic effects. Don't use it all at once, alright?
Isn't this the stuff you brought from your hometown? You're just letting me have it? But you said it's a rare and valuable commodity.
Yeah, about that. I lied. It's not rare at all. There's this bunch of ruins near my hometown that are practically overgrown with this plant. It's not worth much. Keep it. It's fine.
But Nefer...
All right. That's all from me. You take care.
Don't forget me, okay? I mean, we're more than just classmates, right? We're friends.
Said the unimportant NPC.
Yeah. I'll remember you. I lied again. That incense is worth a fortune, and it's a rare find even in those ruins. And as for remembering her, I have far too much to do when I get back. No time to reminisce. I'll be lucky if I even make it through this alive. But either way, I expect I'll forget you pretty quickly.
Eventually there's gonna be some kind of story quest where we go back to Sumeru and Nefer's gonna meet that character, right? That's definitely gonna be a thing. Either gonna be a Nefer story quest or something else. You already know that's the setup.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Arif.
So, what does the Academia want? Since they've sent their special ambassador, I assume there's a big business deal to be made. If not, I'd be very disappointed.
Please, sir, lower your blade. You're lucky I'm the one they sent. Not all special ambassadors share my admiration for the Eab people. The ever-shifting balance of power in the desert reduced the once great civilizations of this region to rubble and sand. But the story of the Eab has a very different trajectory. Others grew weak, but you grew strong, beginning in obscurity and moving to prosperity. You're the only ones who defied the trend.
Huh. So, you do know who you're dealing with?
This well
Here
is the
comes the
perfect
flattery.
symbol of your strength, is it not? It used to belong to the Unut, but it looks like you have control over it now.
You're not wrong. But I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to flatter us.
Of course not. I came to bring you some very good news. Some information that recently came to light, which might just be your ticket to freedom. Records uncovered by the Vahumana Darshan show that a certain well currently under Eab control is built on top of some ancient ruins. These ruins are of great archaeological interest to the Academia. I checked the map carefully on my way over here, and I'm confident that this is the well in question. The Academia is offering 50 million mora in return for excavation rights.
50 million?
Alright, how big
No,
are the lies
wait.
she's spinning here?
If these ruins are as important as you say, 50 million's a little low, don't you think?
Don't get greedy, Eab. We know far more than you think. We know that you seized this well by force. Wasn't that the first step in your rise to power? To drive away the Unut and steal their water supply?
So what if it was?
But I mean, we know she's fine.
Don't worry. As unscrupulous
In
as
present
it
day,
was,
she's the
it's
head of
something
the
we're willing to
Curatorium of
overlook.
Secrets, so...
The Academia is only interested in dealing with the de facto power holders in the region. I hope I am making myself clear.
And I hope your words are the truth. If I find out the Academia is trying to play me, I'll hunt down every one of your people and make you watch as I cut their heads off one by one.
To be fair, it won't be the Academia who's playing them, because, again, she left the Academia behind, so... no connection there.
I assure you, Chief, that would not be in your long-term interests. You don't want to make an enemy of the Academia. You see how I'm dressed, don't you? I appreciate that you've never been to the rainforest, but surely even you recognize an ambassador's attire when you see it. And what does a barbarian like you have to lose anyway? You really think the Sumeru Academia would bother to come all this way just to lie to you?
Of course you've noticed
We
how
have
she's
more
dressed.
important things to worry about.
All right, I take your point. The Academia is the highest authority in the land. I'm sure you're trustworthy people.
Such a good
In
thing
that
she's
case,
still with the Academia, right?
We have a deal.
Haha.
We will sell you the excavation rights. I'd like to thank you, Ambassador. This is good news indeed. Excellent news. In fact, it calls for a celebration. Would you do us the honor of staying a while and enjoying some Eab hospitality?
Gladly. I am partial to wine myself, and I trust you are as well. So let's indulge in a few drinks together, in celebration of this momentous occasion.
Alright, what's her game here? Later the Eab drink the night away, the prospect of the new wealth is almost intoxicating as the wine. But when the day dawns, it brings some shocking news.
Chief! Chief, it's an emergency! It's the Unut. They've taken the well.
What? Well, don't just stand there. Take it back.
Yes, Chief.
I have every confidence in the Eab's military superiority, and yet...
Well, what is it?
The Unut's response was alarmingly fast. The day after we reach a deal, they seize the well. This can't be a coincidence. Perhaps there is a traitor in your midst.
I don't think so.
I am obliged to remind you, Chief, that the Academia will only deal with the de facto power holders. If you cannot regain control over the well, I'm afraid you won't see a single mora of that 50 million.
No! Please, Ambassador, just give me some time. I swear the Unut will not get away with this. That well is ours. And so is the Mora.
Glad to hear it. I will wait here for an update.
If there is a traitor, I will find them. In the meantime, make yourself at home. I'll report back as soon as I have an update.
Much obliged. Wow. All it took was a few words and I've got him wrapped around my finger. What an amazing feeling.
So, in
flashbang.
summary, Ambassador, the Academia would rather negotiate with our tribe instead of the EAB, yes?
The EAB are ruthless murderers who don't listen to reason. And now
So
they
she
have
did
the
go to
gall
both
to
tribes.
interfere in our research projects in the desert region. So let me ask you, Chief. If you were the Academia, what would you do?
Kill them all, of course.
Precisely. The Academia does not tolerate those who stand in our way. The EAB have held back our academic pursuits for too long, and our patience is wearing thin. At the same time, there is simply no way that the Academia can be seen to be intervening in desert affairs.
It's right among us, it's me.
I'm sure you understand where I'm coming from.
But could she really be a traitor
We
if
have
she's
our
not
own
part of them in the
rules out
first
here.
place?
If the rainforest dwellers raised arms against a desert tribe,
She
it'd
just
start
threw a
bloody
possibility
war.
out there. She just threw out the
Right.
possibility that there might
We
be a
can't confront
traitor.
them ourselves, but we can support
She
their
knows that
enemies.
that's not the reason, but
The
it is a
Unut have always
possibility
had
that
strained
exists.
relations with the EAB, which makes you our natural allies. Natural allies. Weren't the EAB your allies once? You were quick to send them after us to protect your interests back when we stole that water. And now look at you. You're at each other's throats. Let me be clear. The Academia wishes to collaborate with the legally recognized rulers of the desert in this matter. We are asking for excavation rights to that well, and our offer is 50 million mora.
say no more. I believe we have an understanding.
Good. Then I suggest you get to work. Get us access to that well, and the mora's yours. You see, Dad? Lying is easy when you know how. People will believe anything.
And then they took each other out, and Nefer's original tribe was able to, whatever remains of her original tribe was able to thrive. Is that the story we're taking from this? Take out the two tribes that caused the downfall of hers in one fell swoop.
Look at yourselves. You may be vile, savage monsters, but your butchered bodies bleed like any others. You're no different.
Now you say
You're
that.
nothing special at all.
You say that, but I don't see any blood because
The
Genshin
monsters
apparently
who
can't
destroyed my
afford to
home,
show any blood in their
They're
game,
just ordinary,
even though they talk
petty
about it.
human beings. What a joke. I think we're even now. Maybe I've even done the desert a favor. It's a better place without all these people around.
And of course you think it's kinda hot.
Oh,
I can definitely see
Sinue,
where you're coming from with
my
that, Schmelle.
gullible fool of a father. Perhaps if you'd been as ruthless as I was today, our tribespeople would still be alive. In this dog-eat-dog world, a chief needs to be tough to survive. But you couldn't do what had to be done. So I did it for you.
And there's the rest of us in the back.
Nefer, it's okay. All of this is in the past now.
I believe I remember you promising to remain silent.
Yeah, but even so...
Yehoda, is there anything you can do to ease the tension?
You got this, Yehoda. It's your time to shine.
Alright, time for a sharp turn onto a completely different topic. So, anyway, that's enough of that. When are we getting out of this place? Feels like we've been walking forever. I'm getting pretty tired. Oh, Alma, you tired?
Yes. If we can find somewhere to sit down, I could certainly do with a rest.
It's not far now. There should be a temple just up ahead.
Is the situation about to reach a conclusion?
Yes.
Really? A temple? That's where this story ends? I guess that's how things go in the desert.
I've been to a similar place with a friend from the desert before.
Desert dwellers can never escape their destiny. Or so everyone says. I never wanted to believe it, but looking back now, I'm as desert as they come.
You mentioned a temple. What's waiting for us there?
Correct me if I'm
My
wrong, but is
biggest
Yehoda a
trade
4-star?
secret of all.
I don't know.
Ah. Then I'm guessing it's where you got your power from. The power to peer into other people's minds.
She is a 4-star. That should give you better chances of getting her.
I didn't know you were clued up on any other religions.
I'm no expert in the history of Sumeru, but since you come from the desert, I would imagine it has something to do with King Deshret.
They are major figures in the desert belief system too.
Sounds impressive.
I have some friends with connections to this stuff.
Ah, I know who you mean. General Mahamatra Sino. The spirit of Hermanubis dwells within him.
That's Boss Nefer, yeah. She knows everything.
Sino's hardly a figure of obscurity, but I know about Sethos too.
What about him? Is he a big deal or something?
Well, he's not a small deal, let's put it that way.
You sure know your stuff.
Please, this is the bare bone basics. Save the flattery. Thanks for your patience, everyone. I'm sure it's been a lot to take in. With any luck, that's our exit just up ahead.
I still can't believe there's like a 2-hour story segment that you cannot get out of once it starts. That is absolute insanity. Might be the longest uninterrupted story segment of the game that I remember.
Uh-oh. 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 I'm totally out of my depth here. I don't have anything to add about any of this stuff. Like, look at that statue, for instance. I want to do the whole name-dropping, this girl knows her stuff thing too, but I've never seen anything like it before.
A statue with the head of a bird.
Looks like something out of King Deshret's mausoleum.
That's Thoth, the Ibis King. One of the 7 pillars of King Deshret. The legends say that he, the Crocodile King, and the Goat King were the 3 retainers of King Deshret. Let's take a look.
Oh, cutscene time. That's the second animated cutscene in this story chapter.
It's just Ashru.
So, all is well?
Yes, kitty indeed.
Typically speaking, at this point, the world disintegrates. Then we find ourselves back in the outside world. Besides, these are my memories. There's nothing to fear.
You're sure?
Of course, it's almost over.
Oh. And here comes Rerir. That is absolutely Rerir's power. I recognize those tentacle hands.
Hold on!
Yep, there he be.
Knowing too much is always a death sentence.
Speak for yourself.
How dare you enter her mind? Not like we did it for you or anything. Good thing we got that thing from Dory.
How repulsive.
Oh? Okay, he did not fight at all, did he? He was like, okay, you want to exit? I'll let you exit. Hi, Dane. So I guess we did run into Rerir again.
Timed that pretty well, didn't I?
Counter-attack. You certainly did. Thank you.
It's okay. I'm just glad no one
How
was
dare
hurt.
Rerir take the form of the kitty? How dare he?
Paimon noticed you doing something too, Dainsleif. Were you helping get them out?
Of course. When I asked Nefer to conduct this investigation, I was not naive to the dangers involved. I had a duty to ensure your safety.
Good to know your sense of justice is still intact after all these years.
I take that to mean that you saw the truth. That comes as a great relief.
I certainly did. And thanks to your help, I also managed to trap Rerir inside the chess set.
Well, that's very useful then. I guess we don't have to worry about Rerir again.
Well, to be honest, I sensed that something was wrong long before we made it to the temple.
So he followed us in there and now he's trapped.
By using this fragment
Absolute
to probe
skill
into
issue.
Rerir's past. Well, the monster formerly known as Rerir. It seems I alerted him. I was tracking him. Then he caught on and started tracking me too. Can't say I'm surprised.
But how did he track you through your thoughts alone? That shouldn't be possible.
Rerir was a secret agent who reported directly to the Vinster King. He is an expert at finding a trail and hunting down his pursuers.
No wonder.
He infiltrated the chess set, read my thoughts, and built a new virtual chess set inside of it. That's why we weren't able to leave at first.
Speaking of your chess set, it's quite a remarkable item. Would I be right in thinking you have some connection to King Deshret?
You overestimate me. I only have a connection with one of his underlings, the Ibis King. You all saw how this came to be. A long time ago, the Eab massacred my tribe, the Shimti, in our home village. A few years later, I enrolled in the academia, where some new information came to light. The Unut and the Eab fought a bitter battle over the rights to a well, all for the sake of a non-existent 50 million Mora. The Eab ultimately won that confrontation, but their victory came at the cost of almost every warrior in the tribe. The final blow to the Eab came at the victory feast, when an Unut assassin beheaded their chief right before my eyes. The remaining Eab fled, and have been scattered to the winds ever since. Having gotten my revenge, I returned to my hometown, where to my surprise, the nearby temple was still standing. There it was, seemingly immune to the relentless hostility of the desert, while my tribal home lay in ruins. As I stood there gazing at the temple,
There's the real
I
kitty.
noticed a cat just outside. This cat, as it turned out, was home to the spirit of the Ibis King. He led me to a gate deep inside the temple, and there he made a deal with me. This chess set is my gift from the Ibis King. The chessboard within is made to the same specifications as the one in the mausoleum of King Deshret, and represents his power of piercing analysis. With this chessboard in its container, I gained a certain ability to perceive hidden secrets. Now, you could conclude that the Ibis King simply wanted to give the people of this world the power to seek the truth. But I don't believe that's the full story. Every god plays favorites. Their hearts are as fickle as any human's, full of secrets, perversions, egotistical tendencies. But precious few gods are willing to admit this.
It is the same with all powerful forces, including fate itself. Their gaze falls preferentially upon a select few. As you rightly point out,
I am gonna say
this
this.
is an act of favoritism.
Even if Rerir is trapped, I just want to get back to that
If you're
point.
alluding to the abyss,
He's absolutely gonna
then
break
yes,
out.
I agree.
This is just a temporary solution.
Gather the others.
He's
It's
totally
time
gonna
to share
turn into a
everything I've
boss
learned.
fight. He's absolutely gonna be a pro boss fight. Before long, the group is gathered in the office. I was too busy to attend. I couldn't finish reading that because the game still is annoying and can't be bothered to implement
Thank
a
you
simple
all for
fix
being here.
of making it so you manually advance text like that.
As promised, I did some further investigating into the Rerir of Solnari's background. I am pleased to report that the investigation has been most fruitful indeed.
Open the log. I guess I could look. Oh, I guess that works. I was too busy to attend and inform the others of their movements. Okay, I guess that's that.
The Rerir of Solnari, real name Rerir, was once a Conrian subject who served the Vinster King. I will now share the important details of his story.
Still
Please
sucks
save any
though
questions
that
or comments
the black
for the end.
screen text is always so fast. It's like 90% of the time it's over way too fast. Nefer narrates Rerir's backstory to the group. But yeah, 90% of the time it's over way faster than anyone can have any chance to read it, which is so annoying. And the fact that after many, many, many years of this game running, like how many years has this game been running? How many years has it been? Is it already like 6 years at this point? I don't recall. It might be. So yeah, the fact that even after all this time, they still haven't fixed this glaring problem, among many others, it's just one more reason why I can't wait to be finally done with this game and never having to touch it again. At the Vinster King's behest, he gathered intelligence and assassinated descendants of the Crimson Moon dynasty. Unwilling to take down his beloved, the Lindis, who was secretly of Crimson Moon heritage, he then got dragged into court politics. Vedrafilnia's voice, which spoke to him of his fate, was a reflection of the moon. Though he could disturb the waters to gain some temporary relief, he was powerless to erase it entirely. In contrast, Rerir's own life was like a reflection of a broken moon. Once the stormy winds of fate blew across the water's surface, it was utterly destroyed. The Lindis smuggled away a piece of the moon before disappearing through that mysterious portal. It was passed down through the ages, finally falling into the hands of the Nefer. But what lies on the other side of that portal? Is it really a whole other world? The Lindis never had the chance to share what she found there. Neither did Rerir, who followed her in.
So that's why he's so obsessed with the moon.
A tragic tale, to be sure. But it does not excuse his many transgressions. No matter how much Rerir suffered in the past, the fact remains that he is what we know today as the Wild Hunt, wreaking havoc upon innocent lives in Nod-Krai. He becomes more dangerous with each passing day. If left unchecked, it is simply a matter of time before all of Tevat suffers the consequences. This is a threat that the Knights of Favonius cannot ignore.
A question for Miss Columbina. Forgive me if this is presumptuous,
but have you ever seen the spatial gateway that appeared in Rerir's memory?
Never. But I have heard stories of something called the Moon Gate, and this seems to fit the description.
Miss Lama, any thoughts on this?
In the lore of the Frost Moon Scions, the moon is believed to hold many secrets. Some sources speak of ancient knowledge, others of a gateway to the unknown. The term Moon Gate is one I have heard before. But as is the case with all of our legends, there are no records of any first-hand witnesses. We cannot know whether it truly exists.
Then back to Miss Columbina. As a moon goddess yourself, do you have some idea of where the Moon Gate leads to?
Not at this stage, sorry. I do hold the power of the Frost Moon, and my strength is recovering well. I can sense that the gate would open at my command, but...
But there's more to the power of the Frost Moon than that?
Yes. A moon goddess has the right to open the Moon Gate, since it is a path to the moon. But as Nefer mentioned, holding open a spatial gateway takes a huge amount of power. And right now, I need to conserve my energy to fight the Rerir of Solnari. I'm afraid
the fight's still coming up.
We may have to leave unsolved for
However,
now.
the fact that he's temporarily imprisoned is good, because he's been progressively getting stronger and stronger the more we left him alone, so right now we're stalling him. Right now he can't get stronger.
I agree. Better to save your strength.
He can't get any more, he can't absorb any more power while he's trapped.
I have a bold conjecture of my own regarding the world beyond the gateway. I highly suspect that neither Tholindis nor Rerir made it through unscathed. The evidence pointing to this is the fact that the Rerir of Solnari exists in the form of countless fragments. With the abyssal power he wields, no ordinary foe can touch him,
and Yehoda's
let
playing
alone
with the
tear
kitty.
him to shreds.
Understandable.
And yet, the wild hunt proliferates wherever his scattered fragments lie, drawing hordes of monsters to many different locations across the land.
So your theory is that Rerir was physically torn to shreds by some powerful force? Hence, why the wild hunt is a distributed phenomenon, rather than a unified one?
Makes sense to me. Explains why the wild hunt is so pervasive, and why he's been trying to piece himself back together. He was whole to begin with, and he wants to be whole again.
Without the power of the Abyss on his side, he almost certainly would have perished the moment he was torn apart. But the Abyss, much like a curse, has kept him alive.
I could not agree more. The power of the Abyss is most surely a curse.
It is a compelling explanation, and one that accords with my present understanding of Abyss creatures. Whether the life form in question is primitive or advanced, if a curse has extended its lifespan unnaturally, it will continue to survive in spite of everything. This raises some interesting questions. I will run some experiments and see if there is any validity to my suspicions. That being said, regardless of whether my research bears fruit, I would like to thank Miss Nefer for conducting such a thorough investigation. Already, it has greatly enriched my understanding of the entity we face.
I am very glad I cut it off last stream where I did.
My pleasure,
because
Mr. Albedo.
Had I gone,
I too hope that the information
had
I've shared today
decided to go even a little bit longer in my previous stream,
of our plan.
That stream would have gone on for 2 more hours already.
What is it, Dainsley?
Because again, in the past 2 hours of story content, there hasn't been one single point where I could take a break.
It's just, when I think of the man I once knew as Rerir,
like not a single time, not a single small point in time in these past 2 hours
The two of you used
where it
to
lets
be
you exit
friends,
out of the
didn't
story
you?
for even a moment.
I don't know if these words will bring any comfort, but my heart goes out to you.
Mine too. We can never know all the hows and whys of the way things are. The moon and stars are full of untold secrets and lies.
And there was no
And the
warning, by
skies
the
are
way,
host to
that the
many
segment
more
would be this
mysteries than
long.
these alone. Yet, none of that can begin to compare with the complexity of human life.
those are the first comforting words I've heard in a long time. Thank you both.
Well, I think this is a good place to end today's meeting.
Is it now?
I'm sure Nefer needs some time to recover. She's been through an awful lot today.
I guess.
That's very thoughtful of you.
Is that where
Lama.
this chapter ends, or is it
Of
just going to be a
course.
time skip? I assume that's just going to be a time
Sounds
skip
good
and
to
not
me.
where the chapter ends.
Take some time to rest and digest before we reconvene to nail down a plan.
By the hotel, you sit with Paimon for a while and discuss what lies ahead.
Hey, is this a bad time? Hope I didn't kill the conversation.
It's fine, come on in.
No need. Come on, let's talk outside. Anyway, Nefer went back to the curatorium to get some rest. But before she left, she shared some things with me that I thought you should be aware of. Firstly, although she managed to trap the Rerir of Solnari inside her chess set, there's no guarantee that the power of the Ibis King is any match for one of the 5 sinners.
Yeah, again,
Their
we knew it was a
powers
temporary
are beyond
solution.
our comprehension. It's only a matter of time before he finds a way to break out. We have to come up with a plan and take care of him before that happens.
Oh, we have to... To be fair, that's true. If he does break out, it's going to be hard to find him again.
Figured that might be the case.
Right now, we know where he is.
How long have we got?
So yeah, if he breaks out, then he'll definitely go into hiding again, so we do have to do that before he
Well,
escapes.
I asked her that same question. She talked for a long time, but for the most part, it seemed like she was trying to convince me how precious her chess set is. What a long and storied history it has. It felt like some kind of sales pitch, you know? The kind where you end up handing over Mora against your will? Anyway, after all that, she finally answered the question. 2 days, at most.
2 days? Holy moly! Can we even recruit enough help in that time?
That remains to be seen. Which brings me to the second issue. Dainsleif is obviously conflicted about this whole thing. But given how little time we have, there's no way we can pull this off without his help. You have some history with him, right? Do you think maybe you could talk to him for us?
I'll see what I can do.
Great. I appreciate it. All right, on to item 3. So, Albedo, Durin, and I put our heads together and came up with a plan. Can't promise it's gonna work yet, but at least it's a start. We figured we'd bounce the idea off you first. We'll explore it further once everyone's recovered.
Oh, please ask away.
Oh, Paimon's dying to hear this.
All right, so here's what we're thinking.
In a hushed voice, Varka lays out the current plan. It's a shocking plan, but nothing can face the greatest traveler and trustiest travel guide in Tevat. It doesn't take you long to get behind it. And they're not telling us the plan, which means it's gonna work.
We felt a little uneasy.
If the
about
game
roping
doesn't
you
tell you
into
the
this.
plan, you know
I
it's
mean,
gonna work. That's how it
firstly,
works in
you're
any
not
story.
locals, and secondly, none of us are your boss. You're well within your rights to refuse if you so choose.
Roping us in? Why would you even say that? We know the stakes here. It's all of us against the Rerir of Solnari, or none of us stand a chance.
I choose my words very intentionally, I'll have you know. I like to think there's an art to striking a down-to-earth tone even when the stakes are through the roof.
Sir Varka, I have a few thoughts about this plan.
I'm all ears.
I think we can be more flexible with how the roles are allocated. In my view, the most sensible lineup would be like this.
And once again, we don't get to know, because that's how you know the plan is gonna work.
I see your point, yeah. But if that's how we're going to approach this, you'd better make sure you're ready. To be clear, I don't doubt your abilities. Far from it. I just want to make sure. Are you really willing to take all this on?
I want to do everything within my power. The Rerir of Solnari is a truly fearsome opponent, and if I do my part, it'll greatly reduce the risk for everyone else involved.
Well, that tracks with what I've heard. Jean's mentioned in her letters that you're so diligent it's almost abnormal. As in, most people weigh up the risks and rewards in situations like this. But you seem to just march towards danger without a moment's hesitation.
I have salami.
Of course, everyone appreciates
The
a fearless
superior
pioneer.
title, absolutely.
But all that aside, I'm the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, and you're our honorary knight. I want to make sure your courage doesn't come at the expense of your safety.
Thank you, Sir Varka.
I should be the one thanking you. It means a lot to have you on board. I'll give some serious thought to your suggestions.
Rache gives a very knightly bow and says he'll see you at the hotel again later. He has arranged for everyone to meet and finalize the plan of action. In an effort to lighten the mood, he booked out the hotel for this meeting so you could all chat over a drink. As the moon rises in the sky, you and Paimon leave your room, discussing whether Paimon has any other options than fruit juice. Everyone is already there waiting for you. They're chatting and smiling. Clearly the rest has done them good. As well as the existing crew, some unexpected help has arrived. Oh. Still, you remain conscious of the fact that the future of Nod-Krai rests on what is decided tonight. So many lives are at stake, you may never meet most of them, but whether they know it or not, all of them are counting on you. And here we have it. After over 2 hours of straight gameplay, this is the first moment where I could escape from the story if I felt like it. I don't think they're gonna give us another story segment that's quite this long right away, right? We can totally keep going and discuss the plan. Alright, Dory is now here. Oh, alright. We're going straight to the map.
This is a thorough plan, but I do have one last question before we take action. How can we be sure that our enemy won't leave the designated area?
Great question. Albedo's been hard at work analyzing Rerir and the Wild Hunt's behavioral patterns. His conclusions are as follows. Firstly, from the earliest known confrontation until now, Rerir has never displayed any ability to manipulate the dimension of space. So it's unlikely he has any power in that domain. Secondly, he seems to have a particularly strong vendetta against our group. If we put him in a fight-or-flight situation, he'll choose to fight every time. Thirdly, finally, and most importantly, he is consumed by hatred, both for the moon and for his enemies. Turns out, we tick both of those boxes. We have a reincarnated moon in our ranks, and a spy who accessed his private memories without permission. He'll be baying for blood, not looking to escape.
As someone who's had their fair share of interactions with the Wild Hunt, those all seem like valid observations to me.
Understood. Then I will defer to the verdict of the group.
Well, everyone, that's the plan in full detail.
And I never get to know.
Albedo and Durin are carrying out their part as we speak.
Plan approved. Scheduling.
Okay, any firepower you need, I got you covered. Let's light this baby up.
The Frost Moon Scions are behind you as well.
And the rest of you?
Well, that's an obvious yes.
No objections? All right, then it's settled. This is the plan we're going with. Next up, an old tradition of mine. Anyone who wants to back out,
the box in
now's
lava.
your chance.
Imagine if it was just that easy.
We can still back out of this?
Everyone says things they regret, right? I don't want anyone feeling trapped because their mouth said yes before their brain had time to think things through.
A very people-first approach. I hear that's common practice in the Knights of Favonius.
Who'd you hear it from? D-Luke?
Shh. We don't use people's real names at work. This contact will be known only as Owl, please and thank you.
This plan can only work if everyone does their part. Flint's and I will absolutely support it.
We shall indeed. You'll be glad you accepted our help. Also, you are the last person I expected to see here, Miss Dory.
It's not often I get called Dory in a work context. My peers usually call me Lord Sangama Bay. So, the longer your name, the higher your net worth. Is that the idea here?
Oh, her name would be even longer in that case.
In that case, Mr. Flint's here must be worth a fortune. That's right, I know your full name. It's...
The walls are thin here. I'd appreciate you keeping that a secret.
Okay,
Well, a phoenix or an eagle? Fair enough.
I'm actually only here as a favor for someone else. Do you have any idea how much it would cost to hire me otherwise? Oh!
But I think he was called Owl because he's, you know, mostly... You know, because he's a bit of a night owl, so to say, because he's mostly fighting for justice during the late hours of the night.
The mom of a friend of yours. Said mom supplied me with a great little trinket, but now that lady's ruined everything. If I don't start building a little goodwill now, my whole business in Nod-Krai is gonna go down the drain!
Okay. So what exactly is so special about this pendant?
It's a lucky charm that a great mage made for me. And we have a business relationship,
Again,
and
mom
she
of a
was worried
friend.
that something bad might happen
We're talking
to
about
me.
Alice, aren't
So,
we?
she wanted me to have something that can store power to protect myself with. I finally got it all fully charged up with Kuvaki, and then Nefer went and used it all up at once. Never lost so big in my life.
You're right. It was all my fault. I didn't mean to drain all the Kuvaki in the pendant, but I'll make it up to you.
You will? Well, in that case, how about you give me your chess set? And we call it even.
Dory, you're dead.
I knew you'd say
Oh,
that.
never mind.
Well, it's yours if you want it. In fact, take it now, and I'll even throw in a free Rerir of Solnari. Deal?
You're putting me in a difficult position here.
It's a very useful thing to have around.
Yeah, a
But I
Rerir of
have
Solnari is a
funny
very useful
feeling
thing to
it won't
have
be
around.
much longer. I guess we'll see in a couple of days.
Looks like bankruptcy for me.
Hey, don't be so pessimistic. See this through and you never know. You might find a new business opportunity on the other side.
With an action plan in place, everyone chats among themselves before going. You and Paimon decide to check it and then see how each step of the preparations are going.
Dory, how are things going? Feeling ready?
So can I check? Nope. I cannot check to see what that text box said.
Oh, I was
So
born
even this
ready.
amazing
Only had 2
strategy
days.
that Spinner gave me
Lord Sangamabe
of
would
checking
let
the
an
log
opportunity like this slip by?
does not work in this case.
Don't forget,
Because it
when
was literally the
something's in high
last thing of
demand,
the
people with the goods
conversation.
on hand get to charge the highest price of all, even higher than the sellers taking advance orders. Ta-da! See, it's right here. Ah, it's so pretty. Did you make it?
I had no idea you were so skilled with your hands.
No, I have a supplier. We go way back, so he made me a very attractive offer.
Aha! No wonder you were talking about lucky charms at the meeting. You've been getting Kaveh to make them for you.
That's not the full story. It actually started a while back as a project between me and the Dendro Archon. Mage Alice
Oh wow,
once
imagine
warned
working
me
with an
that
Archon.
this world won't stay safe forever. There may come a day when everyone faces a great crisis. I passed this on to the Dendro Archon, and she secretly brought together a research team made up of Sumeru's top scholars to invent a technology that could keep people safe. I won't go into the details because it's all very complicated. But if you want to know more, you can ask the Dendro Archon about it sometime. Anyway,
Maybe in a future
point
quest,
being,
who
It was
knows?
the Dendro Archon who asked Kaveh to build this little contraption. As one of the top Kashara War talents, he was the obvious choice. Took him long enough. He stressed over it for ages. Must have gone through at least a dozen designs before producing a final product. But that's Kaveh for you. Marak delivered it to me a couple of days ago, along with a letter from Kaveh. Could I ask why I'm sending this technology to you? And what's your proposed use case? Has it been approved by the relevant authorities? So nosy. My fault for sending him the research permit to begin with.
Surely Nahida must have told him you were involved in this project. He was probably just nervous because you're always so secretive about your business.
Could be, could be. Anyway, I just replied, let's hope there never has to be a use case. Because it would involve grave danger.
Fair enough. But it sounds like he was just being cautious. He probably felt responsible as the one who made it.
Or maybe he was asking as a favor for his housemate. He's done that before. Not sure why, though. His housemate doesn't
Raising
seem
a
to
star
really
on that
care
work.
that much about
There
this
we
kind
go.
of
Thank
stuff.
you, Spinner. Really do appreciate
Either
your
way,
help
all's well that ends well.
on making
I'm
this
just glad
stupid
to
game a
finally
bit
have
more
my hands on
bearable.
the product. I wouldn't want to be without it, given the potential dangers that lie ahead. Huh? What does that look mean?
was just super surprised. This must be the first time we've ever seen you actually get serious about something.
This is not the Lord Sangamabe we're used to.
Well, a long time ago, I made a promise to myself. I promised that I was gonna live every day of my life with a big beaming smile. Obviously, Mora plays a big part in that. But there are always gonna be times in life when you have to give something back. That could mean paying back a debt, returning a favor.
Yes, I know.
Showing some kindness.
I
Alice
know,
has been a huge
Spinner,
help
I'm
to me over
perfectly
the
aware.
years. She was the first investor I ever had. And I want my investors to know that Lord Sangamabe is the best in the business. And more than that, no one knows what the future will bring. Whatever happens, I want to make sure the Dendro Archon and all of Sumeru is prepared to face whatever comes.
So back to the pendant. You never intended to ask for it back, did you?
Oh, that? I was just making sure Nefer and I are square. Don't be thinking it was some sort of benevolent act. I'm no saint, so don't treat me like something I'm not. My priority is doing the business that I want to do. So long as my conscience lets me, but it usually does. That's the Lord Sangamabe business model.
Alright, if you say so.
I do say so, and that's the whole point. I'm a businesswoman. Don't go trying to figure out what
until
kind
you
of
want to
person
continue,
I am.
which is
You'll
how it should
exhaust
be.
yourself.
Yes.
Much easier for everyone
Genshin does
involved
not respect
if you
its
just take my
players.
word
That's
for it.
perfectly obvious to anyone. It's
and
perfectly
could you
obvious
two
that
help me
Genshin
get this
Impact does
stuff where
not
it needs
respect
to
its
be?
player base at
Thanks
all.
so much. You're my favorite assistants.
And it jumps immediately over to Hisi Island now. With Albedo and Durin.
Traveler, Paimon, it's good to see you.
Everything going smoothly over here?
Sort of. As you're probably aware, Varka, Durin, and I captured some abyssal creatures from the Wild Hunt. Per the plan, we dissected and analyzed some samples of these creatures. The process went very smoothly. The findings, however, come with some troubling implications.
What? You can actually dissect the Wild Hunt?
That depends on your
Of course,
definition
Albedo is
of wild
perfectly
hunt
capable of
and
doing
dissection.
anything.
Harmless, lifeless. These words are accurate descriptions.
The Wild Hunt is an interesting phenomenon. In and of itself, it doesn't seem to possess anything akin to a human personality. But taken as a collective, the medium through which the Wild Hunt is summoned does appear to have a soul. Master griped a lot about the wise Horoptetyr, and seemed somewhat fascinated with the foul Certology. But she barely mentioned Rerir at all. I don't think that was because of his lower social standing, though. Anyway, it's a pity. I should like to hear her thoughts on the nature of the lifeform he has become today. It's a strange mix. The furious energy of an abyssal being channeled through a fractured physical existence. A consequence of being torn apart by an unknown power. Perhaps the only explanation for his survival in this state is that he sacrificed a degree of individuality in exchange for a continued existence. Oh, sorry. Once I get talking about interesting research, I have a tendency to go on indefinitely. Back to our research findings.
Alright,
Essentially,
what do we
they
get?
confirm my hypothesis. Rerir's corpse is completely contaminated by the Abyss, and the effects are irreversible. You could think of this as Rerir in mutated form. But in my view, even that would be inaccurate. In reality, his whole being has been consumed by the Abyss. In other words, he is now nothing more than a manifestation of abyssal power.
So we don't have to feel bad at all for ending his life. Got
Unfortunately,
it.
at present, we have no means of completely eradicating abyssal power. Hence, we cannot fundamentally destroy the Rerir of Solnari either.
Oh, that's terrible news. So, that's it? We can't defeat him? Not even if we get the power of the Three Moons?
Miss Columbina's situation is a difficult one. She can never achieve wholeness when the world does not accept her presence. It's as if her creator banished her to a place she can never be accepted. It means she spends most of her energy just on her own survival.
Given the circumstances, it's only natural to despair. But we must see this plan through to the end. Time to kick off the backup plan.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot! This is for you. Dory asked us to bring it.
Ah, how wonderful. Well, thank you for making the trip.
All
Durin
right.
and I will be heading off shortly.
I'm sorry I won't be there to protect you in person this time. Please be careful.
We will.
All right then. Stay safe.
All right, next location. Still on Easy Island.
Miss Lauma, is everyone here?
All right,
Yes.
time for the big speech.
The fate
I
of
guess.
my flock is in your hands, Grandmaster Varka. Please keep them safe.
My lady, what are you saying?
You're going to war.
Within the next 24 hours, we will face the biggest crisis the world has ever seen. This is not a burden that we deserve to bear. But I believe that we reap what we sow in this life. So I intend to act. I must do what I think is right. For me, that means fighting for the future of Nod-Krai.
Yeah, this is not a
This
drill.
gentleman is the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, Varka, Knight of Boreas. In my absence, please follow his lead.
Hey, everyone. Guess I should introduce myself. Well, to start with, I know my way around a battlefield. Biggest strengths are honesty and hard workingness.
Definitely
Anyway,
not
point
speechless
is,
though, I guess.
I don't intend to let Lauma down. I'm gonna do everything in my power to keep every last one of you safe and sound.
Well, however many are possible to remain safe and sound. Alright, Frostmoon Enclave, Next position. Actually, you know what? I'll take this opportunity to make a quick detour. Because this is another thing that we get occasional stuff from. Yeah, not good with the speak. Do we get another segment over here? Yes? No? No? Records? We do not get anything else. Okay, I thought we might get the fourth thingamajig already, but I guess you gotta wait a little bit longer for that. Okay, in that case, let's get back over here.
Something on your mind?
Archer Gaming, I'll have to
Miss
check it out later.
Columbina,
If I'm not passed out.
I believe that's how the others
In
addressed
that case,
you.
I might do it on, you know. Oh, it's every week. Yeah, I did do it on Tuesday.
That's
Okay, I
right.
was not aware that it's a weekly thing.
Names are funny things. Have you always been called Dainslev?
Yes. I take it your own name has a more complicated history.
I have a different relationship with names than other people. To be honest, I'm not even sure that Columbina is my name. At least, not in the same way that Dainslev is yours. But it's what everyone calls me, and I go along with it. A lot of my life has been that way. I get so used to things that I forget to question
And I think
why
after
they
this,
are
all
so.
that's left is Aino and the
I
Nefer,
never
right?
used to think much about where names come from, or what they mean to people. Maybe something's wrong with me.
Oh, and I guess Nefer.
You're different from
Oh, we
other
spent so much time with Nefer already.
I sensed it the first time we met.
I'm not sure if Nefer and Yehoda need even more prep
You're
time.
more perceptive than most.
They had so much prep time ahead
I'm
of
sure
time
your
already.
long life and rich range of experience explains that. Do you ever find yourself missing Conria, Mr. Dainslev?
Difficult to answer. I have dreamed of the past many times.
Kalamana?
Sometimes
yes.
I'm fighting tooth and nail. Other times I'm lying on the ground, defeated. I don't recall any happy moments from that time. It has been too long.
Is that because hatred survives longer than love and affection?
That would not be for me to say. I make no excuses for the grudges I bear. But whatever the reason, I remember little that was beautiful or sentimental. Thank you for your help with the Rerir situation. Without your efforts, I never could have learned the hidden truth of his story.
Column A versus column B. Instead of column B now.
You're welcome.
Okay, now I get it.
I know he's
I'm a
your
bit
friend.
slow sometimes. It doesn't help that my brain is running on empty.
Friend. He betrayed me. And I never really understood what he was going through in life. Some friendship, that is.
Okay. So, do you plan to fight him with us? You see, you're torn.
I know getting.
Now you know what really happened. You see the things he's done in a new light.
I need some time.
Of course. I completely understand.
Honestly,
Anyone else
I don't
in
know
your
how
position would feel
long.
conflicted too.
I was told that this part of the story is
Actually,
very
I went
long.
through something similar myself recently.
I'm almost tempted to say I have to split it off again into another stream.
A situation I took for
Almost
granted at the
tempted
time,
to say I'll
but
have to do that.
now I feel very grateful for it.
Especially
You mean the
considering that
harbingers who still
I'm not sure if I
support
really
you,
want to
even
go
though
for
you've
too
left
much
the
longer than
Fatui?
3 hours today.
Yes. I always thought they were only helping me because harbingers are forced to work together. But then I abandoned them. A warrant was even put out for my arrest. And even now, they still support me. Which means I was wrong about them all along.
Gabe, you know how long this
Clearly,
is. Do
they
you think
view
it
you as a
might be
friend.
worth splitting off into another stream?
I feel a little guilty now.
Maybe.
I regret
I
not
don't
seeing
know.
her help for what it was, and not treasuring it. I see the guilt that you're feeling now, because I feel it too. Hopefully, talking about it will do us
Chapter
both
dialogue,
some
so if you're
good.
not up to fighting her today, then yes.
Have you noticed
Okay.
that the Traveler and Paimon are over there?
So quite a bit of
I
post-chapter
think they've been
dialogue.
listening.
Plus I can do a bunch of side questing again to add to it. I think it might be worth splitting it again, which again that means oh wow. Oh boy. That definitely means I'll be pushing back the club meeting streams even further than I would want to, but I guess it has to happen. At this point there will be another episode of club meetings releasing soon, right? Is there an estimate? I feel like the next episode will either release sometime next week or the week after, which means I think we'll have the point of, you know what, maybe it might be a thing of next week I'll do another Genshin stream, and then the week after will be 2 club meeting streams at that point, because 2 episodes will have probably been released by that time. So I'm
Shall
falling
we
behind.
Say hello?
Sure. Hello.
Ah! They caught us!
Sorry, we were just concerned about you.
I apologize for making you worry. No doubt you wish to know where I stand on the plan to take down the Rerir of Solnari. I'm afraid I need a little time, but I will seriously consider joining you.
You will? Oh, thank you so much! Everyone will be so grateful to hear that!
They needn't be. This was something that I was going to have to face up to eventually.
That doesn't matter to them. They're grateful to you regardless. You can't control their gratitude, so just accept it. And then, have a think about whether you're willing to join us.
Alright. We already talked to Lauma though.
It's nearly showtime! Let's go rendezvous with the others. You know the place.
Okay. That dialogue segment right there tells me whatever is next will be leading straight into the fight with Rerir. So I feel like if I want to cut it off at any point, I have to do it now. Because if I go any longer, yeah, stop here, then I feel like that's the time to do it. But yeah, next time we should definitely be able to finish then. Whatever this is, it'll be the fight with Rerir and then the post-chapter dialogue, and that'll be it. And as you can see, there's plenty of time for me to do it, even if I didn't do it next week. In fact, I could probably push this off. 32 days remaining, huh? You know what? I'll think about that, actually. I'll think about whether or not I'll make next week be DDLC after all, and just push Genshin back a little bit more. Because who knows, maybe at that point there will also be a voice-acted event that'll be too short to warrant a stream all by itself. You never know when Genshin releases one of those. So yeah, just in case... Just in case. I'll make my decision later. There's an event in Sumeru starting next week. It'll probably be there for more than a week though, so... I think what'll happen is... Next week I'll do DDLC. I think I'll do DDLC. If by some miracle the next episode of Club Meetings also releases next week, we'll have 2 DDLC streams next week. And then the week after that, we'll be back to Genshin, completing this story, and we'll be looking at the event, which I don't know if it's gonna be a long multi-chapter event or like a short mini-story event, I don't know. But depending on how that goes, I might have to do another 2 extra streams in that week, which will be a lot, definitely. Definitely. But yeah, I am definitely more hyped about Club Meetings. I have to get back into the swing when it comes to writing poems. I know there's still 2 poems in the reward backlog that I have to take care of, so I'll have to figure out when to write those. I think both of the poems that are in the backlog were requests that were made during one of my Minecraft streams even. And but I did at the very least write the poems for the VOD description stuff and things. I'm not sure if they're particularly good. You know what? No, I'm kind of somewhat happy with the second one, but the first one for the first episode of the season, I don't know. It's kind of mid at best. Like, even compared to all my other poems, I should talk all my poems. So, yeah, the second one is average in line with my poems, and the one before that is just, But yeah, some of you will probably see them eventually. Not like most people check the VODs. Especially the descriptions. Now, I don't know who to raid, in all honesty. I really do not know who to raid. None of the usual targets are live. I guess I could raid another Genshin streamer again. Just to stay on the thingy. Or I could see what Tormir suggests here. Who is this person? Exit 8, huh? Exit 8, the horror game that got a movie a while ago, didn't it? Didn't Exit 8 recently get a movie? Pretty sure. Pretty sure it did. But sure, let's go. Let's get the raid going. One of the usual things, it's one of those anomaly detecting games where you walk through the same area over and over and over again and have to pay attention to very minute changes. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm probably gonna collapse, so I'm not gonna stick around too long. But everyone else who is gonna stick around maybe a little bit longer than I am, please be sure to be nice and respectful, as always. And by as always, I mean as always when we raid someone, because I know kind and respectful is something that you don't have to be to me. Nobody has to be kind and respectful towards me, but when we raid someone, please always be kind and respectful to those people. But yeah, that's it from my end. Thanks for being here. I'll see you around. For tomorrow's stream, I'll probably be more energetic, assuming I sleep well this night. But yeah, see you around. And those of you who are watching this as a VOD, thank you as well for watching. If you want to catch me live in the future, you can find a link in the video description. It'll take you to my Twitch channel where I stream every single Friday and Saturday. And sometimes other days of the week too, on a bit more of an irregular basis, with Genshin streams usually coming out around some time whenever there's an update that features new story, be it limited time story or permanent story. In any event, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you around another time. Until then, have a good one, and goodbye.